Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them loud. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What a bummer, man. Oh. Didn't see it coming. Knew he was ailing. Didn't see it coming, man. Ah.
Sad, very sad.
He was a lot more talented than I thought because I sort of checked out some of his songs. This, I'm not sure this is him singing, but it's his song.
I think this might be Alan Jackson.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
This is 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah. Classic. Oh, somewhere. Now listen. Well, of course, this is the classic. Now, right after this, he's going to give you about 32 seconds of a little dialogue before he talks about this video that he did with hardly any money and his girlfriend at that time, who is hot as hell.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, here he is.
One of my 2.4 hit records.
I love that.
We had no money to do this video. Thus, I had my girlfriend at the time, Jane, work for free. She had been modeling. She now is my wife. She doesn't work for free anymore. The car is not a prop. That was my truck and my conch cruiser until it was impounded and crushed into a scrap metal rectangle at Carlos's junkyard. The Boston Whaler was my first boat that I ever bought.
Great boat.
There really wasn't much need in scripting this. This was where I lived, the people I lived with, and the girl who I wrote Come Monday about. So here it is.
Nice. Jimmy Buffett, man.
But by the way, Matt,
Yeah.
Mark said, because Mike asked him, who's dead now? And he says,
Warren
Buffett.
Yeah, Warren Buffett. Here we go.
What a clown you are.
Here we go.
Jesus. Hi.
Great voice, too.
For the Labor Day weekend show.
Sounds a little like Mac Davis.
He does.
A little bit.
I got my hush puppies on. I guess I never was meant for glitter.
I don't know if I appreciated him as much as I should have. But this is a great song. Is that up pretty loud there?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
Make it a little
Come Monday.
It'll be alright.
Really good.
Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight. I spent 4 lonely days in the brown.
Yeah. I love how he says he's self-deprecating. He says my 2.4 hits, and he's right. I mean, he's right about that. I mean, obviously, Margaritaville put him on the damn map. But, the man, singing legend Jimmy Buffett, who won't stop singing for me to continue the show. And he's gone.
It's tough sometimes.
It is tough. Turned beach bum and turned his life into an empire. Dead at 76 years old. Popularized beach bum, soft rock, escapist Caribbean, and the least favorite song that he does is Margaritaville, and maybe because it was so pounded over the years. Boy. But I'll tell you, the folks, the peoples, they love that song.
Parrot Heads, they're called.
Yeah, big time. They turned that celebration of loafing into an empire of restaurants, resorts, frozen concoctions. The great Jimmy Buffett, dead at 76, and I really didn't see it coming. I mean, he's been ailing for a couple months. He did this special concert where he jumped on stage in the beginning of July, and so I thought that sort of gave an indication that he was coming back. And he did a couple songs, and then sort of faded into the backstage area.
The smell of the shrimp, they're beginning to
But
boil.
I got to tell you something. I've always appreciated this man's business acumen and the fact that he really, honest to God, turned one song into a multi-gazillion dollar business. Jimmy Buffett, that's the American way.
God bless you, brother.
Yeah, and thank you for being there for so many years. Tony and Beth in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Oh, they struck again. They struck again.
But what happened was the day that I was leaving for Northern Nevada, and I mean the exact time when I opened that door, I saw a package out in front. Yeah. Mark C.G. Boyer is here to pick me up and take me to the airport, and there's the package. Thank goodness it was that sort of timing. See, that's the way God works, my friends. And I was able to stick it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, who knows? Because it was still really hot here in L.A. on Wednesday. It was hideous.
It's our last hot.
What an amazing change, huh, from them to today.
Oh, yeah. Well, that happened in Northern Nevada, and believe me, I will tell you all about it. The trip to Northern Nevada.
Nice.
Begin with a stop at the Swiss Chalet Dive Bar. And
just really quickly, sorry, man, but there's corned beef hash they sent us this time.
Oh, they did?
2 packs of it.
Well, see, Mart, I didn't have time to even...
I looked through it, man.
Oh, man, I didn't have time to open the box.
Yeah.
No, that Tony and Beth, God darn it, I love you Wisconsinites. And these two in particular. Well, not in particular. And I'm not doing this to be diplomatic,
no,
but
people.
because these two didn't start the sending of great comestibles from... combustibles from Wisconsin, but man, they're really hammering it down, and that's not why we do this show. That's exactly why. That is for free stuff. That's the only reason.
We have not bought cheese in about 5 months.
No, we haven't purchased a cheesy product. We haven't had to because we've been eating the best from Wisconsin. Tony and Beth, God bless you, man.
God bless you, folks.
God bless you. So the trip to Northern Nevada began with a stop at the old Swiss Chalet Dive Bar. And my buddy John Albee from Arizona, the great state of Arizona, was in town. I guess he walked from the El Dorado Hotel in downtown Reno to the joint because he's got to get his hike in. He's the chief engineer on a fishing boat out there.
The Bering Sea.
Yeah, man. He's a hardworking son of a bitch. So we arrive, and the reason I went to Northern Nevada, I was told that Uncle Dick was like on his deathbed, or this happened with my dad a few weeks ago too, and it turns out that was a big crock. He's fine. No, is he living? Okay, so if he was out, I was told that he had about 2 days to live, and so I wanted to see him. I still haven't seen him, but
you should make it over there.
I've tried. You know what? I will not show up uninvited.
It's about 20 minutes from here.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the distance. It has everything
about this place.
Everything to do with the distance. I
show up regardless.
I do want to see Dad, but. My buddy, I guess, had called the bar to see if we were there, so he already made nicey nice with the bartender who knew that John was coming in to meet us. And by the way, Uncle Dick is fine. So
who told you he was ailing?
I'm not going to get into this, but he was having a bout with something. But what a great excuse for me to head to Northern Nevada. I love that. Any excuse. to head to God's country. And so the first stop after the airport, the Swiss Chalet Dive Bar next to a crackhead apartment building.
Nice.
I give that out, so if you're looking for this place, look for the crackhead apartment building. You'll see the Swiss Chalet.
Is there a sign?
There is no sign, but you can take one look at the apartment building, and you know, what is it? It's a crackhead apartment building.
I remember the bartender when I was there with you.
Yeah, Mark C.G. Boyer.
She was cute.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I don't recall that because
her and her one tooth.
Yeah, well, I will tell you this that this bartender this time was not cute. No, not cute in any way, shape, or form. And of course, my buddy John Albee, always the smartass, he has to connote that. Well, Matt, don't you mean the Swiss bar? And I said, no, the Swiss Chalet. I've been going there for 30 years. And I guess they did change the name to simply the Swiss Bar, but it will always be the Swiss Chalet to me.
But Albie had to correct you.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
He loves that.
So here's what happened. Michelle the bartender, a.k.a. Big Nose Kate.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Big Nose Kate, by the way, was a hooker back in the 1800s.
Doc Holliday's girlfriend.
Yeah, and so Big Nose Kate, a.k.a. Michelle, made a great Bloody Maria for Uncle Dick and I. And it was superb, even though it took about 10 minutes to make, at least 10 minutes, which I think is a little long, but that's okay. If it's a quality product, sign me up, because I love a great Bloody Maria. Well, that's where the hospitality ended. Because all of a sudden Radiohead came on, the Creep song, right? Yeah. And I'm trying to engage. Now this is me completely sober. I've just had a couple sips of this. Yeah. That song's on. I'm trying to have a conversation with this mixologist. Not yet, Dave, but because I have a reason for this. And I tell you, I got
cued.
These rehearsals are just not working well. Here's the thing.
I miss those. I don't know why.
No. This is it.
I wish I knew what we were talking about before we got on.
Why do you wish that?
Mike Z, you will never know. Mike Z, you will never know.
Second week in a row, somebody's dead, right?
And even if Mark C.G. Boyer knows, he never knows.
He gives you the wrong information.
Now, here's the deal. So Radiohead Creep came on, and I simply mentioned to Big Nose Kate, a.k.a. Michelle the bartender, at the Swiss Chalet Dive Bar across from the crackhead apartment building.
50% off crack this week.
I simply said, that song is The Air That I Breathe by the Hollies.
Yeah.
I said that
same song.
The same song. Now I didn't do that. Mark, you know me. You know when I'm trying to start trouble. I'm not trying to start trouble.
No, it's just
it was a conversation starter. Yeah. I simply wanted to mention that.
You were mansplaining.
What? Oh man, interesting. Mike Z, so spot on. Yeah, mansplaining. Yeah, yes.
Wait. Did she have kooky color hair?
No, but a kooky colored nose, and so I mentioned this, and she said, "No, it's not." And it's like, "Oh my God, I got a big old woke lefty who wants to fight." I can smell these people from a mile off, but I wasn't certain, and that's certainly not why. I simply brought up the notion that this song is the same song as Air That I Breathe. And I sort of doubled down and said, and of course Radiohead ripped it off. But I like Creep. I'm a fan of the song.
Great song.
And she said, no, it's not. And she starts singing. And she said, I'm a musician.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
There it goes.
I had no idea what I was stepping into. And this is, the first time I've been to Northern Nevada in a couple of years.
How old of a broad?
I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, she's probably 40, 38.
She's too old to be acting like that.
That's what I thought. Exactly. But she's picking a fight with the customer. Yeah, and I understand if that's awesome, Dave.
That's awesome.
Tattoo Dave thinks that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Well, no. But here's
you don't dare do that here.
No. But if I'm wrong, that's fine. But I know I'm right. And I said, it's fun to be wrong, and you're proving that. And I think that's a lot of fun. Isn't that fun, Michelle? Yes, Mark C.G. Boyer?
Over the past, say, 13 years ago, as we've been gallivanting around.
First of all,
gallivanting?
It's gallivanting.
Gallivanting.
You mean,
why is it a go?
You mean from dive bars to dive bars?
It seems to be a theme here with you in trouble.
Yes, but I don't see. That's the thing. I don't pick it.
He calls me
I'm not
obnoxious.
too sure.
Only because I like to make conversation with folks.
Well, like you like to stay alive too.
No, but I love a good conversation, especially at a dive bar. And most of the time, you will find some affable bartenders at a dive bar. I mean, that's where they normally are.
That's the only way they can make money is if they're affable.
Yes.
Or if they pick a fight with you.
Yeah, or pick a
They're
fight.
not making money from that.
So Big Nose Kate, a.k.a. Michelle the bartender at the Swiss Chalet Dive Bar next to the Crackhead apartment building, one of my favorite bars of all time, no longer. Because that won't be my first stop next time.
Big Nose Kate pissed you off.
And by the way, it's always been sort of a thing that's the first stop. For years we've been doing this, but we've never had this. I'm a musician, and then Uncle Dick says, "Yeah, she's in a band around town. She sings really good," and she was singing.
God.
Well, no, and then so I'm
Maybe
trying.
she plays the skin.
I'm trying to buy it back. I'm trying to buy it back by saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't mention the singing. That was very good." It wasn't very good, and I'm not a liar, but I'm trying to be affable now.
So she sang for you?
No, because she was.
Was it not good?
She was singing to Creep. No, and it was, but she said, "No, that's a minor chord." I said, "I know what a minor chord is. I know what this is." Now,
Stop it.
Here's the bottom line. I said, "No, you do know you're incorrect. It is the same song." And she's singing it and saying, "No, absolutely two different songs. There is no ripoff." So, I am here to double down, and now Tattoo Dave have it cranked up. Listen carefully to these two songs back to back. The Hollies.
Both great songs.
And then okay, now play the other one.
You just did a better job than she did, I'm sure.
No, play the other one.
It's the wrong number as usual.
What, 808?
Yep.
Is not right?
No pomegranates.
Oh, but I like that one.
I know, I like that too.
It's been a while since we played. That was a teacher in class freaking out because one of the kids happened to be eating pomegranates and I think spitting seeds. Here, play that. It's worthy. It's a little non sequitur, but go ahead. And go ahead.
I'm trying.
Well, you found.
No pomegranates. No pomegranates. None.
That's for real?
Yes.
How did they get that
I don't
recorded?
want them anywhere near here. Am I?
Yeah, she's pissed.
She hates pomegranate.
Yeah, that's it.
My daughter's a school teacher. I wonder if she's going to flip out one day.
Oh, no, yeah. No pomegranates, man. No, absolutely no pomegranates.
I knew a guy that showed up that wanted to ride with us with the Gridiron Rebels, these guys.
Yeah,
And
get on the mic, yeah, huh?
He was a school teacher, and I had a weird vibe with him. He made national news because he threatened to kill a kid in class.
Oh, yeah, that's not...
In Orange County. You guys might remember this. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and by the way, that's never good.
Yeah.
It's never good.
Not good.
Yeah, you don't threaten the life of your students. I've always said that. I've always lived by that,
Right.
by the
It's a
way.
good thing to live by.
But
So-
they can lose their cool, man.
So anyway, do we all agree that the Radiohead song is the same damn thing?
It's very, very close.
Of course it is. And so...
They're both great songs.
So I'm not talking about the quality of the song.
Wait, let me sing it for you. I'm a musician.
No, no, Mart. That's my brother, Mart.
Hold on, let me turn him off.
Okay, yeah. But now all of a sudden I realize that, I'm dealing with a woke lefty, probably from the Bay Area.
Oh, boy.
You know, those are the ones that are stinking up northern Nevada, man. Everyone moving in from California. And we, obviously, we emanate from Southern California. Are we proud of that? This was a great state. Ain't anymore.
Used to be.
But, man, those northern Californians, they are buying up property. I'll get into Gardnerville in just a second. One of the great little towns. Dave Mason has a place there. You know, the great rock and roll dude, Dave Mason? Yep. He's got a place there. And Northern Nevada, in my opinion, is the place to live. It doesn't snow too much. I'm not a big fan of snow, but it doesn't snow too much. And it was just a little sprinkling of rain, which was sort of blew my mind last night.
Yeah.
You know, September 1st yesterday. But it makes the desert smell so beautiful. I love that scent of the desert because that was out there in Dayton, Nevada, with my Uncle Dick. Now, from there, it did get good because we left the damn, the crackhead dive bar, and we showed up at, in my opinion, oh, wait, I promised them. For those of you listening on great radio stations across the country, you're not going to see this, but if you happen to be watching us on YouTube or Rumble.com or Twitter, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, then you will see what I forgot. I promised to wear this gorgeous hat gifted me.
Nice.
Let me try to, here we go. By Ruiz Cigars. Ruiz.
Ruiz.
Is it Ruiz? See, you know Spanish, Tattoo Dave.
Ruiz.
Yeah. Yo soy Michael Mateo. I can't trill. But this hat gifted me by the proprietor and the creator of this magical joint in Reno, Nevada, right there on Virginia. And a man who I will let you know in just a second puts together this assemblage of some of the great characters in Reno all in one place as we're sucking down a big 1.75 Jack Daniels bourbon and we're sharing it amongst us. I think I had the most.
I'm sure you did.
Well, I got to tell you this, Tattoo Dave, after that experience at the dive bar, I needed a little something to numb me.
Had to tie one on.
But, one of our guests in the past, Jim Clark, was there, and I love the Train Man, and I'll get to him in a second. This man is the bon vivant of Hollywood special effects when it comes to Train. He is the go-to guy, and he's done it for years. Worked with Clint Eastwood, all the biggies, and just a gem of a human being. I love him dearly. Frank Hill was there, another tremendous, great guy. Let's see, who the hell else was? Oh man, my Nubian princess, Victoria Greenwood. And by Nubian, you know that she would be a black chick.
Yeah.
And a lovely woman from the inside out. We had conversations about politics, and she said, it's tough being a black conservative. I said, you know what? It's tough being a white conservative these days, and especially in Hollywood. We're spitting distance from friggin' Hollywood here in the hills of the San Fernando Valley.
Just came from there.
And that's right. Mike Z, who is about to become a YouTube phenom, Mike Z lives in the heart, the bastion of liberalism, and that's got to be a tough putt because at least here we are in the San Fernando Valley.
It's still a little hit and miss out here.
Yeah, it is. But this lovely woman, this Victoria Greenwood, man, articulate, smart, and really fights for the cause, meaning she loves America.
God bless her.
But of course, many of her black brethren, oh boy, you're not one of us. Mm-hmm. So you're not one of us because I like America?
Yeah. There's a change happening, though. I watch a lot of these videos.
It is happening, Mike.
They get them on the street, and they're like, they like Trump.
Yeah.
They've had enough.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm seeing so much stuff. I've never been more MAGA in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's everywhere.
It's honest to God, too.
And his mugshot was absolutely the best.
Oh, it was the best. It was the best. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Steve Gill was at this joint. Nate Worley, Roosevelt. Another cool one of my black brethren. I had to explain because, I was a few bourbons in, and I said, I am a black man in a white man's body. And then I got into the whole Foo Fighters thing, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and that drum beat that was stolen from the Gap Band.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah. So what a good dude this guy was. Okay, a ton to get to. I'm not through with Ruiz.
Good.
The greatest friggin' cigar bar in Reno, Nevada, and some other great, even better than great, phenomenal dive bars in northern Nevada that may not even fit that category of dive bar, but man, it's worthy of your time. All that and a lot less next on Outlaw.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
Yeah! When we last left off, we were in northern Nevada, Reno to be exact, on Virginia Street, at what has turned out to be the greatest tobacco dispensary, meaning fine cigars. And he's got a little ice machine back there. But my buddy John, because I was sort of afraid that he may not have ice, so we bought a big old bag of ice in. And so ice, huge Jack Daniels, stogies, and some of the finest people you'd ever want to meet and spend time with.
All you need was a deck of cards and you're set.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a poker day, but it was, what a great day it was. And I want to thank, Nathan, who I think is, and maybe I'm wrong, it could be Nate Ward. One of these dudes is about to do a true crime podcast out here in Los Angeles. And so we're going to have him come over to the show, smoke a stogie. He loves his stogies, and he has an interesting true crime story. And I say that because, true crime isn't really my bag, but this one makes sense and it's sort of riveting. And I think at some point here, it will be made into a big screen phenomenon. I think it'll be a movie.
That's cool. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, so this guy's good. And Marvin Ruiz, the owner, a beautiful man, a small businessman, and you know how I love small businesses. And doing so well, he's got that joint there in Reno on Virginia Street, but he also has another one a few miles away in Sparks, Nevada. And notice I say Nevada. And they are most likely watching us in the Cigar Bar today.
Awesome. All right.
On the big screen.
Sorry.
What's up, fellas?
Really
Hello,
good,
boys.
really good people. And Marvin, God bless you for some fine cigars and this hat.
And my hat that's coming
Hey, Matt,
soon.
during that...
Is this one of them? I'm sorry.
What? Is that? No, that is not one of their cigars.
Hey, Matt, during the...
No, I didn't say he was that gracious where he gave me a box. No, I didn't. No. But
There's a free box coming.
Or a hat for Tattoo Dave.
No, well, okay, so I should just stop him and say, that's fine that you were so nice and gracious to gift me a hat, but damn it, I need two.
Nope, I'm coming. I'm
And
coming
a box of cigars.
And by the way, hey, Tattoo Dave, if you were there.
I know, that's what I said. I'm coming next time.
And Tattoo Dave, you're always invited, but I don't think you'll ever show up there. I don't think you understand.
He won't.
What a great time it is.
I am coming next year. I promised Uncle Dick, and I will be there.
Yeah, well, next year is only a few months away.
My question was really quickly, during the whole...
That's my brother Mart.
During this whole pandemic thing that happened,
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had a
Reno, did they...
Pandemic?
Did they...
Go ahead, Mark.
Did they shut anything down in Reno area?
Of course they did. It
was nationwide.
I know, but Florida didn't, so it wasn't nationwide.
No, yes, they did.
Yes, it was, Marty.
Yes, they did. They did in
Idiot.
Florida. They did in Florida, but...
they were just the soonest to retract.
Right. The good governor of Florida figured out that, this may be a big crock of crap, and so, he was the first governor to do the right thing.
God bless him.
God bless him is right. But Marvin and all the gangs of Ruiz Cigars,
Hey, dudes.
They're the greatest. And Charlie Christianson is sort of the head. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not a mafia guy, but if he were, he would be Dom Charlie Christianson, because he's the one that assembles all of these people in one beautiful tobacco-driven, gorgeous, bourbon-swelling joint.
That sounds like a mob.
Sounds awesome.
Called Ruiz Cigars. And Charlie is sort of like my Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. I'll miss him most of all. Well, yeah, because, you know, and, by the way, Charlie, I have a couple stogies for you, as I told you. And I was supposed to text him the next day. I thought I did in my drunken stupor of 2.5 days in Northern Nevada. And by the way, if you're sober in Northern Nevada, you're an idiot.
You're doing something wrong.
You're doing something real wrong.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's a health issue. I mean, I'm with you on that. I understand all that. But and by the way, Charlie, not a drinker. Used to be. No longer, so he's completely sober. So if you're looking for someone to drive you around the Reno area,
perfect.
Charlie Christianson, man, you'll find him at Ruiz Cigars. But I love him. I got a couple stogies for you that I promised you. Thought I'd text him the next day. Noticed yesterday that it was a draft. So it wasn't sent. Yeah. So my apologies. I wanted to see you again, but I did run into the train man, Jim Clark.
I talked to that guy.
Yeah, the next day we were up there in Virginia City, Nevada. The joint that this bar, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar that we emanate here in the San Fernando Valley Hills of Southern California, it's all 1876-ish Victorian. That's Virginia City. And one of my favorite places since I was 5 years old.
Hence our Virginia City style bar.
What?
Didn't I just say that?
I think he did.
Yeah, yes, Virginia City, Nevada style bar.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Tattoo Dave. Yes.
What show is this?
What?
Bringing it our.
It's the Tattoo Dave show.
Bringing it our.
Are we getting into trains?
Yeah. Jim Clark is the train man. And so we're heading up to Virginia City, Nevada, this great little joint on top of the hill, 6 miles above Dayton, Nevada, where they filmed The Misfits, the last Marilyn Monroe movie, and the last...
Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach was great in that, but Clark Gable's last movie, yes. he died right after that thing. But been a fan of Virginia City and the bars, although... It was a lot more fun 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when the bars were all bars. Now they've turned a lot of those bars into tchotchke centers.
Tourist traps.
So, so you buy this stuff. I never go into those joints. But a place that I have been wanting to visit for about 15 years since the inception is... You got your Piper's Opera House, which is this gorgeous old opera house.
Beautiful place.
With I think it's a cantilevered stage.
It is.
Which is a rarity, but in the vaudeville days, you would find one or two of those.
Yeah.
When Virginia City was booming.
And this is classic.
It's because of Virginia City that San Francisco exists, because of the gold and silver taken from...
Yeah, they made the...
And Matt, you know, because I was at that opera house with you, and we did a little tour through there.
So beautiful.
Well, they've done like ghost stories in that place.
But the names that performed in this joint
can you mention the Can
1920s?
Oh, the Can Girls.
I love Can Girls. I love Can. I can't get enough of Can.
Kick a little higher.
I've got a story about everything you're saying.
Okay, we'll get into that. But here's the good news. Finally, next to the Piper's Opera House is a joint called the Corner Bar that they opened about 15 years ago. And I've always thought, that's a good place. Now it's turned into my favorite bar in Virginia City, Nevada. It was always a Silver Dollar Saloon. This is now my new favorite bar because you don't really find the tourists in there. You know, and I'm not being snooty, but let the tourists do their thing, and I like the local. Do it somewhere else.
Go to the Bucket of Blood. That's blood.
Yeah, yes. That's a tourist joint. It's a beautiful bar.
Yes,
but it is a tourist joint. It is so gorgeous, but yet touristy.
Yeah.
But this joint next to Piper's Opera House, it's not just next, it's part of it, and it's called the Corner Bar. And so we sat down, and I'm thinking, I wonder if Jim the Train Man is up here, because he had some work to do, and he lives up there in Virginia City. gave him a call, and he said, well, no, I'm busy, and I have these events and so on. So I thought, no.
He's got trains to do.
20 minutes later, who's driving down the street, and he opens his window, Magic Matt, parks, sits with us for about half an hour, and another great little meeting. I saw him the day before at Ruiz Cigars on Virginia, and another 30 minutes, and you can't spend enough time with this guy.
Why is he the train man?
He is the train man because the great special effects when it comes to trains and movies,
blowing up, and all that stuff.
This man is the man.
Okay,
from the Clint Eastwood movies too. His, and we'll have him on again.
My brother,
Mike Z, get on the mic. Talk to me.
My brother,
yeah,
works for the Grand Canyon Railroad, and he was the engineer running the old school trains.
Oh, no kidding!
So it's wild, man. He's got this great story about Ernest Borgnine coming into the engine and making the train jump, and it's pretty wild, man. He runs the whole shop now, the whole machine shop with everybody.
And by the way, because this man knows
Williams, Arizona.
Well, Jim Clark knows everyone in the business, so he may know. Probably
Carl probably knows him.
Probably knows this dude.
What if he has something to do with Two Meals for Sister Sarah, the scene where the train blew up?
Another great movie.
Most likely, and that is a great
awesome movie.
Well, Outlaw Josie Wales, but I don't remember a train thing in there. But in my opinion, that's Clint Eastwood's opus when it comes to westerns. It's
Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100% hands down.
Purely brilliant. Yeah. But Jim Clark, God bless you, man. Loved him. And then sitting there, we grabbed our drinks, went outside, smoked cigars. We didn't have to sit outside, but it was such a gorgeous. The day was that perfect temperature, and it was that smell of little pinyon pine, little tumbleweed.
Did it smell like WONDERHUSSY?
It smelled like smelled like perhaps WONDERHUSSY's nether regions because we have always maintained that perhaps it smells a little like tumbleweed.
Right after the rain.
After the rain, yes.
You're not far off.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Whoa. Okay, I love to hear that.
That's great, dude.
But these old codgers were sitting next to us, and the one dude is this 100% bona fide Swede who talked like that. You don't. And I wish I could do.
He's like
that sort of a Swedish accent, but it wasn't put on. And Dick is just, Uncle Dick is just digging this guy. Did you hear that? I mean, that is authentic, and it was. Yeah. And this is a man who has lived in Virginia City, Nevada, for 54 years, never lost the accent.
Burns this gardens.
Yes, that's exactly it. But Mark, that's exactly the way he sounded.
Yeah.
And what a great guy. See, if you find those great little dive bars, they are special. It'll teach you something about the love of life. You can amass a lot of stuff, and I will tell you, at the end of the day, it's meaningless. What is meaningful are great people in your life that you can share moments with. I've had it up to here with Southern California, man. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. And Northern Nevada, that is my spot. And John even sent me an email today. He said, my wife wants to move here. Hey, I said, come on, man.
It's a party. Let's go.
Yeah, buy a big house and pay me to live with you. So, but yeah, it's just it was the greatest time. And then now that was Thursday. Well, yesterday, the three of us got together.
Was that Thursday when you guys called me a little drunky drunk? Oh, you and John?
Well, if we're going to call you from Northern Nevada, it will be a little drunky drunk. But yesterday, one of my other favorite bars is a little joint in Carson City called The Timbers. And this place is off the main drag in a residential area. It looks like a house. So the tourists aren't visiting the Timbers because you'd really have to hunt it down. But yesterday, that was our first stop on the way to Gardnerville. I'll tell you about Gardnerville in a second. And my number one favorite bar, I think, in the history of bars is in Gardnerville. But this Timbers, As far as quality people, smoking my stogie right there at the bar. No one gives an ass. No one's bitching about it. It's such a beautiful... You know what it is? It's America. It's freedom.
Hello.
It's freedom to sit at a bar and smoke. Now, I'm not recommending that restaurants allow smoking. I'm not saying that. But bars, yes. That's what you do. You have a great time. You have some cocktails. So the three of us were in there, and because my buddy John is driving, he's not tippling whatsoever or enjoying a cocktail. So he's drinking his Sprite. For some reason, the guy likes Sprite. I never knew that. I've only known him 45 years.
Yeah.
But say the magic word and divide yourselves among us. I just turned into Groucho Marx. But so he's drinking his Sprite, but Uncle Dick and I, we have 2 Bloody Marias, and it's in the big one, you know, that they put beer in, those glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Pint glasses, yeah.
And and perfection. Here's the punchline to this. We only had one there. Here's the punchline. The bill came. Can anyone guess? For 2 Bloody Marias and a Sprite. Just I want
$35.
$8.
Okay, $8. Well, what do you say?
$35.
35. What, Mart?
$7.
I'm going to say $14 or $15.
My brother Mart is correct. $7 for 2 Bloody Marias.
What do I win?
And 1 Sprite. But
I'm saying the Sprite was free.
Are you fathoming?
That's great.
So that's $3.50 a cocktail. That's like the good old days, man.
Your thing about hating Southern California.
Yeah, Mike Z.
And loving dive bars. I used to love dive bars. You
Yeah.
know what the problem is? There's
Yeah.
no more dive bars in L.A.
No.
There are.
No.
There are.
Yeah, but
Where?
But no.
Because I used
Out
to
here in the valley, there's a few.
No,
I'm
no.
talking about where I live. There
Yes.
used to be great
Right.
dive bars I could walk to. They got bought out, remodeled, and now you can't afford to go in.
Mike Z, you're 100%
That's
correct.
what ruins everything.
What happened is this conglomerate, 1 or 2 of these conglomerates, bought up the majority of the dive bars in Southern
Smalls.
California. Yeah.
Used to be a great bar.
Of course, it was owned by Madonna in the beginning. And yes, it was. And these great dive bars, of course, the corporations come in and they gentrify, and now all the prices of the drinks are 3 times, and they clean up the joint. I'm looking for a dive bar. You don't have to clean it up for me. In fact, that works against my pleasure sitting at the bar. You know, when they put the marble bar top instead of that great old gorgeous dark wood, that's the way you do it. Okay, I'll wrap up this Northern Nevada visit when we return, because we have to venture to Gardnerville down the street on the 395 next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on Rumble.com and the greatest radio stations in America. Thank you from my heart for being there.
stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, it was this morning, really early on the way to the airport. My Uncle Dick, who wakes up at 4:30 anyway, and when I mentioned that to John Albee, my buddy from Arizona, he said, 4:30? He does that, and he does it on purpose? I said, yeah. He said, what is he, a farmer?
He's got to feed the chickens.
He got to feed the chickens, but he does. But he was up because I had a flight to catch at 6-something in the morning to be at Burbank Airport. And a little mist in the air, but and it wasn't a great drive because I was trying to get some sleep. I was up every half hour because I knew I had to get up, and I knew I couldn't miss that flight because I had this show to do today. Yeah. So it was one of those things.
You flew there.
Yes, my arms, tired. But here's the deal.
Such an old joke.
I
love it. It works every time.
arrived this morning at 8 a.m. and thanks to Mark C.G. Boyer, I didn't have to walk from Burbank to this
I would have picked you up.
1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. And yesterday was the pièce de résistance. Well, it's comparable to the great time we had at Ruiz Cigars there on Virginia Street in Reno. Went to Gardnerville. Why? Because there's a little joint there, and Mark has been there with me. It's called the French Bar.
Oh, yeah.
It is a classic Basque bar, and you'll see signs in there that they serve food, but I've never seen food served there ever.
I went hunting.
Oh, you did? Yeah, but no food. But they make the creme de la creme, the classic pecan punch, which is a Basque cocktail, and it's made with this Amir, which I always thought was real low proof. It's not. It's about up there with vodka. It's like 79 proof. You put that in there. You put a little brandy, a little tiny little smidgen of lemon, and a little grenadine, and it is a classic. To make a long story more tedious, Uncle Dick and I had one each. John, I said, "You want to taste this?" He tasted it and said, mouthwash.
Give me a Sprite.
Yeah, give me a Sprite. But he's driving, And so we had one, and then I thought, well, this is so good. And I love the ambiance in this place. The great curmudgeons of Gardnerville are there. It's a real local hang. You don't get any of that nasty woke crap. And I was told by Uncle Dick's wife that, oh, you're going to Gardnerville. She said, I'm conservative, but they're even too conservative for me. So I'm sorry I left my Trump hat here because I would have worn it into the bar. It was so good we had 2 more. So now we're up to 2 pecan punches each. Uncle Dick then, after finishing that, he vanishes to the restroom. And while that's happening, I ordered one more. I was going to share it with him and, pour some in his glass. And because I'll tell you what, these sort of pack a wallop.
They hit you a little bit.
These classic pecan punches.
Well, must have been about when I called.
Yes, it was, as a matter of fact, Tattoo Dave. Yes. And so Dick sits down. I said, listen, we're going to share this. He said, no, we're not. You're buying. I'm having another. So there we are. 3 each and no food. And this is 2 o'clock. No, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 4. And now it is time to eat. Well, across the street, a place that we hadn't planned to visit, but a joint that Dennis Hoff, my departed dead friend, who was the proprietor and the kingpin of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch,
the Hugh Hefner,
turned me on to a joint called Sharky's in Gardnerville years ago. It's a casino restaurant. The reason Dennis, and he drove me there from Dayton or Mound House, Nevada, where the Bunny Ranch lives. He drove me there so many years ago because he said, Matt, you got to try their barbecued beef ribs. They're the greatest. And at that time, they were like $4 for an entire big 4 or 5 slabs. Oh, it was just the best. And they were the best. So I met Sharky that day, who has since passed, as Dennis Hoff has passed. I said, how about Sharky's? Went into Sharky's, had an incredible prime rib, a pound prime rib, $22. with a stuffed baked potato with cheese and a salad and really incredible clam chowder. Those things still live in Gardnerville.
$22?
Yes, but here's the problem. All those sons of bitchin' Californians are moving in. Now you can't find a house that 10 years ago might have cost you $150. 500,000. 500,000. Leave it to Californians to screw the pooch, right? And here we are from the den of iniquity. We're here in California, not proud of it. Listen, it's time to go, my friends. Northern Nevada. If Wisconsin didn't have such horrid winters, I'd consider that as too. Because I do love the Wisconsinites. All right, lot to get to when we return on the big smelly dog, sort of, rough of radio. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, rumble.com, and honest to God, the greatest radio stations in America.
shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time. You need direction, yeah, you need a name. When you stand at the crossroads, every highway looks the same. After a while, you get to recognize the signs. So if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. Next time. Life is a liar, yeah, life is a cheat. It'll lead you on and pull the ground from underneath your feet. No use complaining, don't you worry, don't you whine. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. Next time.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Okay. Dee. Okay, before I get into... See, this just arrived, which is a British term for, well, if you know it, you know it, but it doesn't matter. But I arrived back in town this morning from Northern Nevada, one of the great 3 days ever spent. I recommend it highly if you want, especially if you're in Southern California, you just can't put up with that woke nonsense anymore. Get out of town. You know, you'll find a little taste of where the people live, the real people, the Americans.
You mean every chance I get?
Yeah.
We the people?
Yeah, we the people, man. And I got to tell you that about 2 days before that, last Sunday, was quite an event. We sent into the sea my buddy of 35 years, Milt Larson, the proprietor and creator of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California. And, you know, you hear the term from all the rappers, well, this just got real. It got real for me. I mean, it really did. And it hit me hard because this was my mentor and one of my dearest friends of all time. And the last 2 years, he was spending all his time in Hollywood at his joint right next to the Magic Castle, that private club where magicians perform, up there at 701 Franklin Avenue. And so every couple of weeks, Mark, my designated driver, and I would mosey on over, and he would make the greatest old fashions for us.
And Matt, when you say right next to, you're talking about walking out of one door and in another door.
And then the other door, which is right there, that will put you into the secret passageway into the Magic Castle.
Right.
And, well, I'll tell you about that in mere seconds. But this is a Tattoo Dave topics. Here's what, and I'm certain you're keeping up because Tattoo Dave, aside from being producer here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, oh boy,
The Tattoo Dave.
Oh, I need one of these things.
Yeah, okay.
No, you'll never get one, Mike.
Yeah, and until you're standing behind there, his fingers are on the buttons. But
my fingers are on a lot of things.
Tattoo Dave is he is in the showbiz, the entertainment industry. He's a union man, and he is sort of a set guy. He's on sets of movies and TV shows, and most recently SWAT, which was renewed and
canceled, renewed.
Yeah, and canceled and renewed.
Yeah.
But you, and I'm certain you're keeping up with this because it's your livelihood. So the Actors Union are now threatening. Are you hitting that mic, Mart?
No.
Okay, who the hell's doing it? It's got to be Mark C.G. Boyer.
Of course. No,
but I will blame you regardless. Yeah, you know that.
Well, I'll respond.
Actors Union is threatening the third Hollywood strike against video game makers, AI putting our members in jeopardy. So are you in on it? Are you in the positive tip of this new one?
Not really. I'm
what?
Numb.
So it's strike against the studios approaching its third month. The union representing Hollywood actors is now rattling its saber at another industry, video game makers. SAG-AFTRA leaders announced that they will seek authorization for a strike in this new mode of operandi. And so would that affect you as well? Because if they're striking, they're still striking, right?
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think it's a completely different department, but you never know.
Yeah.
They're talking solidarity, so they'll stand together. And,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you going to do, Dave? You've been out of work for a while.
Listen, you mind your own business. I'm the producer of this show.
Okay. That's what he's doing.
Good answer.
That's exactly what he's doing. For those of you, and I will distill this down because I want you to be interested in this man, Milt Larson. If you want to have the greatest life on this planet, that man did. Yep. And I think you can learn a lot from this man who passed away, my buddy who passed away at 92 years old in May. And it's just, and you'd think, well, he's 92. Matt, come on, get over it, man. The guy lived a good life. I think there was still a few more good years in him. And I tell you that because he was a 17-year-old in a 92-year-old's body and never stopped working, always creating every day, either a new script, either a new addition to the Magic Castle, always something new. And that will keep you alive. We all need something to look forward to, even if it's a small thing.
A hobby.
Now you're going to laugh about this, and you're going to think I'm full of crap. I may be a little full of crap, but I'm telling you the honest-to-God truth. Even if it's maybe a special Hungry Man dinner that you're looking forward to
Salisbury
at 6
steak.
o'clock, whatever it just happens to be, whatever that weird little thing is, have something to look forward to each day, whatever that is. If it's cocktail hour, 5 o'clock, okay, so drinking coffee all day, 5 o'clock rolls around, you know you're going to imbibe and have a wonderful cocktail.
I think noon is better than 5. But go ahead.
Hold on a second. Do you hear that? Oh, that's my phone. Betty Ford is calling. Yeah. So here, I'll make this quick as hell. But last Sunday was the send-off. Boy, it was quite a week for old Magic Matt here. Sunday was the send-off of Milt Larson in a Viking-style send-off, which meant that it's a boat with the Viking horns on it, and in fact, I got a picture, I think. Well, I don't know if that'll pick it up. I don't know but I'm putting it on the camera for those of you watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, it sure does.
And rumble.com. And that's me standing behind the boat.
Get your fingers off of it.
Okay. Here. How about that?
That's a little better.
Okay. And it was on the beach in Carpinteria. Why Carpinteria? Which is in between, what the hell is
Santa Barbara and Oxnard?
In Ventura. Yeah, Ventura and Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And it's right there because it's the only legal place that they could have done this sort of stunt, which is they put Milt's ashes on a boat and they brought it out to the ocean, couple scuba diver gear, and they blew it up really good. and Milt, that was his wishes.
Did you get a video of that?
Yeah, I have video.
There are videos all over the place.
They blew it up.
They blew it up really good. They blew up his ashes into the sky.
Is that what he wanted?
And that's as far as I know. Either that or his wife Arlene didn't like him very much. But no. But I do believe that was Milt Larson's wishes. The man who truly is the contemporary, the Walt Disney of our time.
Yes,
he
sir.
really is. And he and his brother Bill built this thing in 1963, and everyone told him, as everyone told Walt Disney, oh yeah, go ahead and do this, you'll lose your ass. And here we are, how many years later? In 2023, and this Magic Castle in the hills of Hollywood is bigger and better and more profitable than ever. Never take no for an answer, my friends. So it was great, but it was really early in the morning to be in Carpinteria, which is, a good 45-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
But the damn thing started at 7. It's like, who came up with that? Milt was not that early a riser, but I guess it had everything to do with you had to conform to the rules and regulations, and there were cops there making sure everything was cool, and Milt blew up really good. Now, here was the problem. This was so early in the morning that the next event for Milt's send-off was at 4 that afternoon in Santa Barbara at a place that Milt built, which I will call the Magic Castle North. And I'd never been there. And I will tell you this, it's absolutely beautiful. It's that Victorian and that stained glass and gorgeous, gorgeous
Well, that's what
dark
he was into,
wood.
man.
And it was perfection.
It was beautiful.
But the problem is, so by the time we're ending the festivities there, it's about 10:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking, well, I ain't driving, and and I'm in a bit of a somber mood, but happy for Milt, but yet, things got real, and I think we're going to visit a bar I've never been to. So we went to a little joint called, what's it called, Mark?
The Nugget.
Yeah, the Nugget in whatever the hell that is, Summerlin.
Yeah.
Summerlin is right next to Santa Barbara, within just 2 or 4 miles. And I've read good things about this joint, and I've read good things about their food, which I should have partaken. I should have had a little food, because up to that point I had a bagel with cream cheese, and I'm thinking, well, that will tide me over. I'm I'm 6'1" and worth the climb. God darn it, this should be enough. Walked in. Well, they had that special, what do you call that Canadian Bloody Mary? Because they have a name for it. It's made with Clamato.
It's called Goofy?
No.
I was just saying Canadian.
I can't even believe still to this day that Clamato's a real thing.
It is.
I remember the commercials. I thought it was a joke.
Well, because Mike Z. Because,
it is.
Well, not to me, but to each their own, and that's a great thing about being an American.
Clamato.
At least we still have a choice. Sort of.
Caesar?
Sort of. Yeah, the Bloody Caesar, which is the Canadian Bloody Mary. So we walk into this place, and I see the sign up there, Bloody Caesar, our specialty. You think I'm going to turn that down? Their specialty? No chance. So I said, I'd like a Bloody Mary, but I saw your sign there, the Bloody Caesar. And he said, yeah, that's a Canadian version. Yeah, I know about that. But he said, this version has nothing to do with a Bloody Mary. And it's like, that's a little different. And what he meant was he's got this massive jar of vodka fermented with several different types of jalapeno and habanero. And so this gorgeous vodka seeping in all the hotness and the gorgeousness of these beautiful peppers. And I said, well, I'd like to try one of those. He said, well, it's not a Bloody Mary. I said, okay, that's fine. Goes over there with this big old glass, puts it underneath the vodka, this canister, giant, enormous canister of vodka. He almost fills it to the top with vodka, and then I think he puts a splash of Clamato in there, but it tasted, somehow that infusion, it tasted so damn good.
What did that set you back?
No, it was. I'll tell you what. For that neck of the woods, Santa Barbara,
right,
and that big drink, $10.
All right, that's decent, man.
For Santa Barbara,
I was thinking $63.
Yeah, no, and you're right. Hey, for that area, and the millennials and younger, oh boy, we like paying $22 a cocktail. Been to Vegas lately?
Morons.
You can, yes,
Oh, my
yes,
God.
yeah, $24, $26 for a cocktail. Oh, that's a bargain. And so they charge that sort of money because they can get it from these. What was the word? It starts with an M. Yes, moron. But this was $10, and it was
not to be judgmental.
No, but I am.
Why not?
But right. So it was so good. I said, Mark, this was so damn good. I think I'm going to have another.
Not the best of ideas.
I'm starting to learn a lot about you.
Yeah, it was not the best of ideas. What we should have had is a little nosh, a little, or even food for that matter.
Something like that.
But I had another one. Now I'm just, things are feeling good. So I have a couple places that I know exist in Santa Barbara, which may be great little haunts that we can head to. And so we went way past Santa Barbara looking for this tropical bar, which I just couldn't find. So I just didn't know where the hell it was. And of course, Mark is driving, so, we're not going to find it even if I have directions. Yeah. But so we're looking all around. Then we mosey back up to State Street, which is the main drag in Santa Barbara. It's where all the shops are. And in my opinion, they screwed it. I haven't been there 4 years since this whole COVID deal started. I have not been to Santa Barbara. So I don't know what they did. What they did is they closed off the friggin' State Street. Dave, you know State Street, right? Did he leave? I guess he left.
I have a guest coming today, and I guess she's here already.
Okay. Well,
I know
we are doing a show. So you know State Street. Well, they've closed it off now. It's like a damn mall.
I know State Street.
Like 3rd Street Promenade?
Well, let's all talk at the same time because it makes it easy.
Well, you said this has been uninterrupted.
Yeah. But
okay, Mike was talking to me.
But I'll tell you this, Tattoo Dave, now where do you park?
Yeah.
Right?
Just like they did in Westwood.
No, exactly. And it was all because of this big flu thing that happened a few years ago, and they have screwed up more things because of this. So that was a downer. And so I'm looking for, my next haunt, and I said, oh, wait a second, I got a dandy idea. It's a place called Joe's, and it's been there since the 20s, and it's on State Street, and we were lucky enough to find the place, and they have always been known, and I've only had one cocktail there. And what I mean is not only one, but one and no other cocktails. Not a variety of cocktails at Joe's there on State Street.
I knew you were talking
and
about.
I'll tell you what it is, because, I'm toasting my mentor, the great Milt Larson. And they are known for their generous pours. And I must have a Gibson, which is a martini, but instead of olives, they're pickled onions. Yep. And it's made with gin. It's a classic martini, but a Gibson because of the onions. And so I ordered one of those. Well, the difference was they were always known for the generous pours. Now this glass is double the size it ever was in the past. And they're known for supplying that carafe with extra gin that they place in the glass with ice, so you have a little extra. Now I'm looking at this big old fishbowl filled with gin, and I'm thinking, do I need a little extra? Hell yeah. So I'm having a great time. I'm having a conversation with this big old lefty broad to my left.
She was delightful.
And she was on my left, and she was as delightful as a lefty can be. And she owned a shop just a couple blocks down on State Street. Well, that's someone who is a woman of means. You can't own a shop on State Street in Santa friggin' Barbara without having a buck or two.
Oh, wait a minute. Capitalism's bad.
Say what?
Capitalism is bad.
Yeah, capitalism is bad. Yeah. Marxism good, capitalism bad.
Yeah.
But so we're having this conversation, and of course I'm several drinks in by this point, but I am being delightful, and I'm having a good conversation with this gal who is unaware of the LGBTQ thing. You know what these folks on the left are? They like not knowing. Yeah. They like not knowing, or
ignorance is bliss.
Or ignorant. Completely right, Mike Z. Ignorance is so blissful for these people. And I said, well, what about the swimmer? And then her award was given to the guy.
Gaines,
the guy that said he was a female, but he has a penis, and it wasn't even a sex change.
It's a rudder.
He just simply identified as a female, and he was given the friggin' award. And I don't know anything about that. I said, wow. So you like not knowing.
Yeah.
So that's why you are who you are. But I will tell you, it's been a pleasant conversation, and I find you affable, and everything's going along great. All of a sudden, the bartender is standing next to me, tapping me, and says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to go.
What?
Well, okay. And I said, well, why? You can't threaten a customer. Now, I said, By the way,
You need to take me out with you
oh
sometime.
no, I know. But hey, Mike Z,
You're more than welcome to protect me.
Mike
Be
is
my bodyguard.
It's true. Mark is always afraid for his life because of my big ass mouth.
Mark goes in highs and quarters.
But here's the deal.
Man, between your field trips and poker night, Mark's in real fear.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you mean Cato
Yeah, of course.
threatening to knock him out?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
That's another entire story, but that just happened a few days ago as well. Yeah, that Cato Kalin, that smiling guy that you see there.
He seems like such a sweetheart.
Well, the good Cato is the good Cato Kalin is a sweetheart.
right.
But I'll tell you what, if he loses in poker,
That's why I'm not playing.
yeah, the nasty Cato comes
you're not
out.
playing 'cause you'll
so
lose
the
your
dude,
ass.
That's
the
right.
dude.
100%.
Let's continue with the story. The dude taps me on the shoulder and says, "You gotta leave." I said, "Why?" He said, "You can't threaten the customer." I said, "I didn't threaten the customer." He then said, "Well, you said that you were going to knock out." Did he say knockout?
Knock him out in one punch.
Yeah, you said that you were going to knock the guy to the right of me, who is probably in his 60s, and Mr. Who knew that Santa Barbara is filled with nothing but big old wokester lefties, libtards, if you will. That's Santa Barbara, not conservative in any way, shape, or form. I am a fish out of water there. So this guy, and I said, I don't remember saying that. This is how bad it was. I don't remember saying that. And I looked at Mark. I said, did I say that? Mark said, yeah, you did. I said, I would not. So then I apologized to him. I said, I really, I've had a lot to drink today, and I'm not looking for excuses here, but I want you to know. And I extended my hand. He wouldn't shake my hand, but I said, I apologize. He said, well, you better apologize, because I said, there you got people go again. I'm apologizing. You can't be gracious.
No.
He
wanted to start a fight.
You folks on the left are way too much to handle because you're full of crap. I said, okay, obviously I am leaving. And by the way, I finished the entire drink, so it's not like we left anything behind.
Well, good.
And it was a bar. It was like $15, but that's a bargain for this thing. This is like 3 damn drinks. And so and then he wouldn't shut up. He said, man, I'll deck you. I said, I'll tell you this. I will wait outside for 2 minutes. If you'd like to see me outside, I will be there.
So you kind of bid on his bait because
you bet your ass.
Well, no, because they try to.
Yeah, but Mart, did he show up? No.
Of course he didn't, because they're pussies.
Because he's a puss left, and he's trying to impress his date. He's trying to impress it, look at me. Well, you're not impressing anyone. And so I just, I want to get along. I really do want to get along with everyone and anyone, even the left, but it's impossible because they don't stand for the things that I stand for, which is the love of the great United States of America.
And truth.
And the truth and the principles and the First and Second Amendments.
God bless.
The things that make this great country.
Pretty simple.
A great country, but they don't want that, you see? And this is Marxism. They want to recreate this entire thing. And who said it first? Well, not first, but Barack Obama. He flat out said it, man. We're doing this country. And man, that was the first time his wife was ever proud of the United States of America, if you recall that quote.
Yeah.
You mean Mike?
So anyway, the dude didn't come out. And so we ended up leaving. And then, after all that, now all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock. And
Oh, that's right.
And we have the big shindig at the Magic Castle North, this beautiful joint that I have never seen.
I know I was in for trouble.
Oh, but does Mark? No, Mark is never drinking. That's why he's driving, and that's why he's alive. And I've almost lost my life so many times because of this. And we showed up at this beautiful place. And by the way, well behaved, because I'm always well behaved when it's any Milt Larson, Magic Castle, and Arlene, his bride of so many years. I love them all. I spent my honeymoon at Milt Larson's place in Montecito Reno back in the day. The marriage didn't work out so great, but the honeymoon was beautiful. And the other person, here, let me drop a name because he's a buddy of mine. Robert Hayes, the only other one that spent his honeymoon, Captain Stryker from Airplane 1 and 2, he's the only other one that spent a honeymoon. And by the way, his marriage didn't work out either.
No.
So there's but it's a great little honeymoon spot and better than Hawaii in my opinion.
Was with
it's right on the ocean.
That was Cherie Curry, the person with the Runaways, the band of Runaways.
Who performs with Joan Jett. But so I've known them forever. I've known these two, and now Arlene is the last one standing. And I didn't have the relationship with Arlene, although I love her dearly, that I did with Milt. He was, my guy, and we drank and smoked cigars together and talk about old showbiz, and he'd steer me in the right direction. If I had a question about, what do you think of this? He was a brilliant, brilliant man. So I walk into this place. Mark and I find this little sidle over to the, real close to the stage area, and next to these two lovely women, and we're conversing, and one of the women has a little doggy, sweetest little dog, and I love little doggies, so I'm kissing the dog and petting.
Delicious.
So we're having a great time, and the chick is a great gal, it seems, and right across from me is Alan Parsons.
Wow.
Yeah, Alan Parsons sitting there. And I will finish up this story because it may not be the best ending of a story paying homage to a dear, dear friend of mine. But I will get to that when we return next in Magic Matt's Drunken Stupor Escapades. Now, I could keep this from you, but I'm about being honest, and I'm about telling the truth. And maybe I'm in a depression and don't even know it. I mean, that could be, because I've never been depressed in my life. I've always been that forward-thinking, positive-thinking guy. I guess it can happen to anyone. I will tell you the dirty, rotten, ugly truth of what went down when we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Welcome back, my friendlies, to the big growly dog of broad chasing. You know I meant to say casting. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com, YouTube, and great radio stations across the nation. Ba 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 ba. Love this song. I wish I could hear myself. Tattoo Dave, my producer, just stay consistent, man, with the volume. Please.
Copy.
D. So, where we last left off, because I must finish this story, we sent my buddy, the incredible Milt Larson, off to see the man who was my mentor and one of my best buddies for 1,000,000 years. See, my problem is all of my best friends are 32 years older than I am.
So they're all dead.
So they're all slowly but surely, they're getting dead. And Milt Larson and his brother, creators of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California, up there in the hill in 1963, when everyone said, well, you're going to lose your ass if you do this. Well, here we are in 2023, and the place is more profitable than ever. But my dear friend is gone. We sent him out to sea in a Viking funeral. We blew him up really good on a boat. And I hit a couple dive bars. Never soak your sorrows in booze.
Only makes it worse.
Stop it.
I'll tell you better. I'll tell you what, it felt good on Sunday until the tipping point. So the Magic Castle North, I like to call it. It is a gorgeous club, and it's Victorian and beautiful old wood. It is so Milt Larson. He loved that Victorian sort of look.
And he built that also?
Of course he did. That's what he does.
Yes.
He never stopped creating. At 92, he was still writing
Brilliant
scripts.
Guy.
So here we are after I've had a few cocktails, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hello, day drinking.
On a Sunday.
He's been kicked out of a bar.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes, already kicked out of one bar.
Threatened a senior citizen.
And I will tell you this. I should have learned this from my Uncle Dick in Northern Nevada, who I spent the last 3 days with, because he was known for being kicked out of every bar in Northern Nevada. And as he always put it, he said, yeah, it always happened the same way. They'd simply say, out! Out! And then he was out. And that was true. But he's only been jailed a couple times because of incarcerated
Sounds
a couple
familiar.
Oh, yeah. That was back in the day when it really took a lot in a drunken mess to be certifiably stuck in a jail cell. But I was not certifiable yet, having a great time at this Magic Castle North, sitting there with a couple lovely gals, and one of the gals has this sweet little dog, and I love little poochies, and I like dogs. Nice. And so I'm, kissing the dog and loving the dog, and of course the gal's loving that I love her dog, and And so then I notice Alan Parsons to the right of me.
Now that's pretty cool.
And I love Alan Parsons. Yeah. He's musical royalty. Yeah. Well, the next thing I know, he's on stage and he performed a song. Did he not?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so some of this is coming back to me. So Alan Parsons performed a song, sort of an homage to the great Milt Larson, on keyboard there, and that was beautiful. But oh boy, little increments are coming back into focus here. Oh no, this is not good. And I don't recommend blacking out, and I shouldn't be admitting this.
It was the vodka.
Is that what it was?
No, it wasn't vodka.
Well, as a bartender, I'm telling you, that was the one alcohol people would black out on. They do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Hold on a second, Mike Z. I forgot to mention that at this beautiful Magic Castle North, I was. Because I had to pay homage to the great Milt Larson, and his drink was old fashions, so I had one old fashioned by this point served up at that beautiful bar, and it was perfection. One of the greatest old fashions I have ever had in my entire life. So now Alan Parsons does his thing, and I guess for some reason I thought that he did not receive the applause that he should have. So I got up there on stage and I said, do you have any idea who this man is? Musical royalty. He was a kid as an engineer for the...
I wish I was.
He was a child engineer for the Beatles.
Out!
He worked with George Martin and the Fab Four as a kid in England at the Beatles' friggin' first record company. I mean, this is me. And then I believe they did give him the proper acknowledgement at that point. I don't know if it was a standing ovation. I thought it should have been.
And then he rambled for another 10 minutes.
Well, now hold on. I thought at that point I sat back down and then got back up. See, you're forgetting. Okay. You're the one that's not drinking. You should know the specifics on this, Mark. So I see this. I know what went on. So I sat back down. Everything's cool. Should have let her be. Should have let her.
It's either leave her A or leave her B.
But Mart, the problem at this point is that now all of a sudden an announcement was made. If you'd like to say a few words about Milt Larson,
they opened the floodgates for you.
Well, my God,
sheets to the wind.
It was time, and boy, did I say a few words. You know, I thought I had the audience at one point. I may have just extended it a little long, and I was, I was. I was ultra dramatic.
See, my favorite part, man.
Hold on, Mark C.G. Boyer was there and witnessed this. Although, haven't we just learned that we can't really count on him? Yeah, okay.
My favorite part is when they tried to applaud.
Yeah?
Telling you were done. And you said, I'm not finished yet.
I don't recall that part. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, obviously, I wasn't finished yet. And being the consummate entertainer, I obviously don't know when to leave the stage. So I had
you have to drag you out with a hook.
I had a few more tidbits, a few more lovely words about my buddy. And once again, let me just reiterate: if you're having a bit of sorrow, don't drink. And I never have in my entire life. But it was also, why
do I not believe
it? Was you don't have to believe me. I don't really care. But what I am telling you is the truth. I have never done that.
No, he hasn't. I have.
But it's also time to pay homage to Milt, who was he was quite the drinker. And so in Milt's fashion, and he probably never would have done what I did, but I never knew him when he was just a kid. And by the way, I'm a kid compared to him dying at 92 years old. Wow. So I had a few more words, and I do remember this. The pregnant pause before I said what Milt taught me was, bumblebees can't fly.
And the audience probably went, what?
What?
I expected much more graciousness coming from the crowd at that point, and I don't know if I got it because I don't really remember much after that, except when I sat back down and I'm still having this conversation with this lovely gal. And
was that the lefty gal?
No. And then the next, just follow along. The next,
it's hard sometimes.
For you. So the next thing I knew is Arlene Larson, bride of Milt, who I love dearly. I think the words were, Matt, I think it's time for you to leave.
Oh, boy.
The words were, Mark, it's time for Matt to leave.
See, and how beautiful and diplomatic is it? So she's not, see, this is how far back we go. Damn it, I spent my right after the wedding. That was the best, but the only good part of the wedding, by the way, was spending it with Milt and Arlene in Montecito. That was a beautiful day. So, that's gorgeous of Arlene.
She knew my name. I couldn't believe it.
See, that's weird, which means Milt Larson must have talked about you, and this is what an affable guy this man was.
It's the bunny ears.
We did meet at the smokehouse once, remember?
Oh, in Burbank, across from Warner Brothers. Yes. Great old vestige of a steak joint, and yeah, I love that place.
George Clooney's.
And by the way, Milt Larson, huge fan of the smokehouse. And Musso and Frank's. Any of those old classic joints that are slowly but surely disappearing, though that is my love. I was born 100 years old. And I've always loved the old stuff. And I learned early on that you can really only learn from the older folks in your industry. Now, they're not all smart, but you have to choose and pick the right ones who have their act together. And not one to boast. I chose and picked pretty damn well. So
she's going to say it again. She said pick and choose. I thought the same thing. It's pick and choose, not
well, you can say pick and choose, or you can say
choose and pick.
But Well, only because I find it more interesting.
Okay.
And you, as a beautiful woman and a listener at this point, we'll bring you on in a second, but a beautiful listener who was listening, well, you got to imagine the throngs out there saying the same thing. So I'm eliciting some emotion from someone saying, "Matt, damn it, say it right. It's not picket white fence. It's white picket fence." You know, so I do understand. And by the way, man, I'd never hold that against you. Who let this broad in here? So I guess when, and I wasn't actually, that makes me even feel better, Mark, when she said, "Mark, it's time for Matt to leave." Was it a tough exit?
Yes.
Why?
You got up after hugging Arlene.
Okay.
After hugging Arlene for an inordinate amount of time.
Did she hug me back?
No.
Okay, shut up, Mark. You're making crap up. Go.
You get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
And I follow.
Well, it's a long trip back to L.A. from Santa Barbara. Yeah.
And then you come out of the bathroom, and before I can move, you pushed your way into the kitchen.
Oh no! Oh God! Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, you hit it's the swinging.
Were you really that blacked out drunk, bro?
Of the kitchen,
Hey, Mark,
and then I'm going.
Mark, I'm telling you the truth about this story, and yes, I could not talk about this, but I'm honest about this.
Yeah, because you don't get that way.
No. I know. That does not happen.
Yeah.
But
Not anymore.
It was well. Hopefully not. Otherwise, next time I end up dead. I know that. I'm dead. So
the staff came out.
And by the way, I'm hungry. So of course I'm heading into the kitchen.
Well, the staff came out and told Arlene that they escorted you out through a side door.
Oh, jeez. Okay, good.
It gets
good.
worse.
Good.
So I go around, and I see you standing near the car, and we left.
Okay, well, good. Well, you know, it's not. I'm not trying to justify this, but no, because I hate it. I hate it when a-holes try to justify a behavior, because I'm not, and I never would. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. But there is a but here. You know, is it better to, what's the classic rock and roll line? Fade away. It's better to burn out
than fade away.
Now, there's another way of looking at this. Did anyone else at that party create a ruckus? Except me.
So you're proud of yourself?
No, I'm not saying I'm proud, but what I am saying is I made it extra memorable.
That's right. Nobody will forget it.
I made it extra memorable for the patrons, but the legendary Alan Parsons, something tells me that he will never speak to me again.
Of course.
I went to the bathroom, and he was just happened to be in front of us.
Okay, but hold on a second. That was when I was in the restroom?
No. You were in the restroom. This is earlier.
But this is earlier, before the quintessential obnoxiousness came out. Okay.
And I said, I told Mr. Parsons what a fan I was,
right,
and how much a jazz fan I am.
Yeah.
And I said, Matt, who's in the bathroom, is
don't say it, but yes, the satellite,
something else,
another satellite radio company. Yes.
And he would love to do an interview with you, and he did not respond.
But that couldn't have been because of my obnoxiousness, because I wasn't obnoxious then. So maybe it was simply
Alan Parsons
doesn't like
he doesn't
Mark.
do interviews.
He just doesn't like Mark.
That's possible.
But the thing with Alan Parsons is he doesn't have to do interviews.
Were you wearing the bunny ears?
You know, no, not that night. But you know, I would love to have Alan Parsons on the show. I think I shot myself in the foot with that ever happening, because I do have a few questions for him, but I doubt. Oh, and I think I said I didn't get political, did I, on stage?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so Alan,
I do have a couple of thoughts I'd like to throw out.
Well, Alan Parsons probably really hates me because he's probably a big lefty, being a British guy and all that. Do you have one that you can fit into 20 seconds?
Yes. On the way home, after you had passed out in the car.
Yeah.
We're driving through the construction.
You mean after I first passed out in the club? It's called a blackout. I can still walk. I just don't remember. Yeah.
We're driving. I'm in the number 1 lane, the fast lane.
Yeah.
We're going down, and there is a sign.
Okay, we'll get to the end of the story when we return in mere seconds on the Big Dog of Broadcasting. You know I meant to say casting. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble.com, and on Twitter, and you know those who manage the radio stations that are kind enough to have us on that we love you dearly.
Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart. There's no way back. Move right out of here, baby. Go and pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like some kind of star. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. They brag a man has walked in space, but you can't even find my place. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause I've had enough of me, baby, being part of you. Just who do you think you are? This time you've gone too far. Just who do you think you are? Take it like a man, baby, if that's what you are. 'Cause I'm moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me.
No, I know.
Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Moving on up. You're moving on out. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving, moving. Nothing can stop me. Moving, moving. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me.
Here we go.
This is Outlaw Radio.
A lot of stuff next hour, including but not limited to someone is suing Burger King, Elvis Presley, Smith & Wesson. Wow, did they make a lot on that thing? And Kevin Costner in the news. And I'm only going to speak to this because I went through a child custody hearing, and man, did I pay out the ass! And because I had male genitalia, I lost, and I should have won, and that's the honest to God truth. So I'll get to that in mere seconds.
It's all about California.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of that has to do with this friggin' formerly great state that is just in the dumper.
Yep.
And we're gonna have a lovely woman with us next hour named Carrie, who is sitting there. If you're watching on Rumble.com or Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, she has a few things to say, and damn it, you're going to listen.
And she's a Navy gal.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, are you? Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie.
God bless you, Carrie.
Marine Corps.
All right, so, and she's all spruced up, and she's so lovely, and
she smells damn good.
Well, yeah, but look.
Here comes Billy.
Look around you at all these friggin' scary looking men. I mean, of course, it's nice to have a female in the bar. So we'll get to Carrie next hour. When we last left, I'll finish this off in a drunken stupor. No, not proud of that, and I know it's not even funny, I hope. But I lost a dear, dear friend, and it affected me. And so in honor of Milt Larson, the creator of the Magic Castle, I was enjoying a cocktail or two on one Sunday on the day that we threw him out to sea and blew up his boat and blew up his ashes. And then I'm at the Magic Castle North, and I was not well behaved. But on the way back, Mark, of course, is driving because that's one. I do not drink and drive, period. There is no gray area there. Mark was driving. And by the way, that's taking your life in your own hands anyway. with no booze.
Absolutely the worst.
Now, and if you think I'm kidding, I promise you I'm not. So, Mark, on the way back, what happened?
We're driving through the construction zone
because
on
it's
the 101.
It's Santa Barbara to Los Angeles, and that's, a good 100 miles.
And there's always construction on the 101 from there.
Always.
And we're driving. I'm driving back. Matt's asleep, and we go by a sign to my left. I'm in the fast lane. The sign said "No U-turn."
All right.
And I thought I was hallucinating.
You saw no U-turn on the freeway?
Yes, on the fast lane, on the left.
Okay.
And then take us back to the sand and the lovely send-off for Milt.
Oh, yes, in beautiful Carpinteria.
It took a half an hour.
The only beach that would allow such a send-off, and of course there were armed guards and everyone overseeing this, and they had to get permission from the city and the county and so on.
It took a half an hour.
By the way, it was Ventura. It was Ventura County, not Santa Barbara.
Right.
Yeah. See, Ventura County, good county. Santa Barbara, big lefty woke pieces of S. So
you got to laugh from Carrie.
No,
don't hold back.
I got
Carpinteria State Beach.
I got to stop couching my opinions. Yes, Mark. So anything else about this?
Yeah. So it
fateful
took a
night?
half an hour, and you would think standing there, watching these men trying to wrestle this boat into the ocean and get it set up would be kind of boring.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But it turned out that to our right was a lovely volleyball game.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yes. And
I'm guessing he meant female volleyball.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Dave. Yes.
And normally I would spot such a thing, but does that not tell you? And this is before the drinking. Does that not tell you how mournful I am that I'm not admiring hot chicks?
You know what? That does tell me a lot.
That should tell you. That should tell you everything. My mind was on Milt, and it was just sort of festering. It's like, okay, yeah, it just got real, my friends. He really is gone, and it's like, son of a bitch, this hurts.
Did you ever go to the Magic Castle, Carrie?
Mart, you're skipping ahead here. The volleyball was the best part of that day on the beach.
Yes, it was.
Because they were wow. Yes, and I'll tell you, right up the old crack of the buttocks, and they.
Well, that's how they wear them.
Very nice, Tushy.
What are you trying to say?
And what I'm saying is, if you don't want us to look at you, don't dress like that. And period. I mean, that's pretty easy. And I didn't get any odd stares or anything. They're doing that for a reason. I mean. Okay, let's go first. They like volleyball. But secondly, you don't have to. I mean, my gosh, it's just.
Matt, did you get odd looks when you pulled your binoculars out?
Yeah,
Now that.
No, Marty, they were 20 feet away. We didn't need them.
No, they were. Yeah, they were. They were 20 feet away, man. They were right there.
And then last, really quick.
Yes, go.
Just before the cannon went off.
Yes.
And we've been there half an hour. I turned to you and I said, Milt would have loved the absurdity of this entire
Yes, and you are 100% correct. You're 100% correct. All right, when we return, a big hour next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com and Twitter and the greatest radio stations in America. What's up, Wassa? Love you, Wisconsinites. We'll be this after back.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Wait a minute, fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop. Skip it. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop. Skip it. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, hey.
Hey guys, Tattoo Dave here. Just wanted to reach out and say thank you, thank you, thank you. We really appreciate your viewership, listening to us on great radio stations, viewing us on Rumble and Twitter and YouTube. We love you. Keep it up.
Up, Uptown Funk you up. I said Uptown Funk you up. Uptown Funk you up. Uptown Funk you up. Uptown Funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
Very cool.
He just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, a gallon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have mercy.
Have mercy. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friend Lisa, the big dog, the big growler of broadcasting, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. One of the greatest 2-minute songs of all time. This and, by the way, this and Tush, man. Oh, wow.
Legs.
God darn it. Well, Legs was about 3.5 minutes, but yeah.
That's a little longer.
But by the way, Legs by ZZ Top is.
Right?
Was that Mike Z who said Legs should be longer?
Good old Tattoo Dave.
Nicely done, Tattoo Dave. Hey, welcome back to your local dive bar known as Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com and Twitter, and more importantly, the great radio stations. See, my plan was to never do this video. I never wanted you to see us, and then so many requests, and because
now they're going, oh my God, we have to see.
I know, but I'm a theater of the mind guy, and so now but you requested it, so here we are, and you know, you get what you pay for.
You're welcome.
Burger King is facing a class action lawsuit for exaggerating the size of. Here's the deal. A district judge in Miami said the fast food giant must defend itself against claims that it's exaggerating the size of its Whoppers. I have always exaggerated the size of my Whopper.
See, I haven't because I haven't had to.
I have always. And then Mark can't let it breathe. Just let the joke happen. Let everybody laugh. But it's just, man.
He said nothing.
No, Mart. My brother Mart.
He's your brother.
This is why my brother likes to be called Marty, not Mart. So it's not confusing.
Oh, that's my name, Marty. Marty.
Not to me, it's not. And I've only known you all my life. So that's not your name, and it never will be.
Guess what? You've known him all his life too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's it. Well, it seems like it. Right. And little fact checking. Barbara Streisand claims Democrats don't want abortion up until birth.
Crazy bitch.
Yeah, and is she lying? Yeah, she's so dumb. I mean, it's not, and maybe she's not lying. You know, maybe she's not lying. She's just so effing stupid that, you know, they don't care about the facts and they don't care about doing a little research. And you probably should if you're going to make stupid statements. But see, that's the thing about the left. They never have to say they're sorry. You know, they can be as dumb as they want. And it's like, yeah, but wouldn't it be great if? But wouldn't it be great if, indeed?
It's okay, honey.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great? Well, yeah, it would be great. But see, these aren't the facts that we deal with. It would be great if we never had to go to war. You know, that would be awesome. That would be awesomeness. But it's not the way the world works.
I saw a leprechaun riding a unicorn on my way over here.
You saw a leper?
A leper and a leprechaun.
Okay, yeah.
A leprechaun with leprosy.
Okay. So what? My
got a little surprise for you coming around the curtain.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bomb.
Is
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man.
That's Lori.
Speaking of hot broads. Yeah. Okay, Lori, were you?
That's a big bottle.
Lori,
Wow.
now I expect an honest answer here. By the way, your hair looks beautiful.
And she smells fantastic.
No, Lori Downey Jr. always
smells good. She just changed the whole scent of the room.
Lori Downey Jr. Well, it started with Carrie, and now Lori Downey Jr.
She's overshadowed.
I'm in heaven.
Oh no! Here we go, cat fight. You know, I knew.
No.
Hey, by the way, Lori, don't mess with her. She's a Navy gal. Well, what do you want me to do? You're trying to.
Are you ever going to introduce this person?
No, it's okay, I'm good.
She's handing me the. Yeah, Mart. If you just shut the f up for a second and let me do a show.
Lori, do you want the bunny ears?
Lori Downey Jr. just handed me the biggest bottle of vodka, and after the story last hour, that's exactly what I need, right?
And no, it's not.
Lori, did you not hear the rundown of what happened last Sunday in Santa Barbara? No. Okay, well, I'm not gonna recount this again. Okay. Hey, Mike, we're doing a show here, bud. You know, just
sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we're getting gifts.
It's a no apology zone. But you know, if this isn't
I say I'm sorry?
If this isn't palatable for the listener, then we have no show. So it's really more important to pay attention to that lovely person taking time out of their busy schedule to either watch us or listen to us on great radio stations. And this is why I loved it the first time we met Carrie. Now, how do we know Carrie, who is a Navy gal? She served our country. We thanked her once, but it's always worth thanking her again.
Thank you.
And now, how do we know you, Carrie? Mart said, I got this lovely gal coming over.
Yes.
How did this come down?
I met her at the place called a local bar called the Sugar Mill, kind of a dive bar place.
You mean the sewer?
Love Weapon.
Love Weapon, one of the local bands that play every month. Anyway, so one of my friends said, you need to meet my friend, Carrie. You'll love this gal.
Yeah.
And by the way, Michael, he is a South African guy that has totally left.
He's military intelligence.
He's very intelligent, but he's left.
Yeah, but hold on.
Doesn't sound very smart.
But he's South African. He's most of the South Africans are lefties.
Yeah.
And who gives a crap about what South?
So you're saying the dude has a British accent, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, they're lefties. That's the way they are. So it's no surprise. So
he introduced me, and we hit it off, Carrie and I, and introduced me to some of her friends. And
hey, by the way, Lori shows up, and all of a sudden, Mart has a New York accent. Did you hear that? We hit it off.
Hey, so we're all like hanging out over here. You know what?
Did you hear that, Lori?
Right, Spider?
We hit it off.
How you doing?
Okay.
So no, we did, and by the way, all of her she introduced me to a lot of her friends, which are smoking hot like she is.
All right,
and love it, and they're all conservative women that live in the valley in Southern California, which is hard to find. They're very conservative.
Love
women.
that. I love that.
I need to know where this bar is.
I love that.
She just needs to bring them all here.
No, I love this so much, and I love the fact that lovely Lori Downey Jr. showed up on the show on a day when there was another conservative woman. We don't. It's not that we don't allow those who aren't conservative in the bar, but we have less fun. Yeah, we do. Yeah, because everything pisses them off, and they're offended by everything. And it seems like a Carrie, who, my God, I mean, she has the stripes, man. She's a Navy gal. It seems like it would take a lot. In fact, I got another gal here on the show that I could probably piss off. And you're finally here, and I don't want to.
But she doesn't get offended.
But you don't, and you know why? Because you're most likely a pragmatist, and you're an American, and you don't let the small crap get to you.
That's right. Life's too short.
I don't want to speak for you, but and have you always? First of all, you are a Southern California native or no?
No, I'm from Seattle.
Get over here on that mic.
I'm actually from South Seattle.
Well, I will tell you this. You mean South Seattle?
South of Seattle. I lived in
West
Reservation.
By the way, you can suck it. No, I can't say that. Hold on. You can do it. You can do it. You can. I got to clean. I got to clean it up.
You know that.
No, that's what I just
said it.
You said that.
I said it.
You said that.
God, let's get a show going.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can lick it, you can dig it, you can do it at the fair. That would be the Puyallup. Yeah.
Puyallup.
Good going, Mark. So we got the Puyallup Fair, and we've got the Pacific Northwest. Puyallup, but anything in the Great Pacific Northwest, aside from Seattle these days, will be more conservative. Now, I never thought of Puyallup as being conservative, but it probably is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, much more than, Seattle has gone so down the tuberoos, has it not?
It's disgusting.
It's not, and it finally turned into a real city years ago, and now it's a place I'd never want to visit.
I agree.
Except, I do miss Ivor's Fish, because that tartar sauce you could smear on dog crap and it would make it taste good. That's how good that's how good Ivor.
Very good seafood.
It's the best. So you come to Southern California how many years ago? I don't want to give up your age. That's a rude thing. How old are you? No, I don't care. I really don't care. But how many? Many years?
No, I've been back here 6. I was on the East Coast for 18 years.
Where were you on the East Coast?
I was in Maryland, so I was stationed over in the D.C. Maryland area.
Hold on, Carrie. I got to ask Lori Downey Jr., who doesn't have a microphone, but she's loud enough. I'll tell you, because she's an East Coast gal. Do you consider Maryland East Coast? Is that real East Coast, Lori?
Yeah, I do.
Of course it is.
Oh, you do?
All right,
but
Florida, no.
No.
I lived in Florida too.
Yeah,
but I don't consider that East Coast.
No, that's south. That's south. Yeah, that's down south. All right. So, what brings you to Southern California?
Actually, my oldest, he graduated from USC Law School, so I came back.
Now, how is he on? Does he share your political beliefs?
Yes, he's very conservative. He doesn't talk about it, though.
Of course not, and certainly not to his professors. No, because he wants a good grade, and if you don't think that affects your grade, you are mind numb.
Oh, he's past that now, and now he's in a good law firm, so he's doing real well.
But am I not telling the truth? I say this from experience with my daughter, who went to law school in Brooklyn, and she had to shut her mouth about her politics. Otherwise, and at first she called me one. She said, I didn't agree with some of the crap that was being spouted out. I said, here's the thing. You want your degree, you want your stuff, play the little game, do the little dance, get down tonight, get out of there with that thing, do what you have to do. And isn't it a shame, though, that in the United States of America, especially these days, you more than ever have to shut up about it.
No, I agree.
But I don't, as you can tell. and now you must.
Carrie doesn't.
I don't know if I should tell you what I told him. I don't know if this is appropriate.
You must.
Our name is Stenberg, right?
All right.
So everyone thinks we're Steinberg. So I told him to go with it.
All right.
You just go with it. You're a Steinberg. You're here. Just don't talk about politics. Don't talk about anything. Just do your thing and just pretend that you're one of them.
Okay, so okay, hold on.
Sorry, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying.
No.
Saying all the right stuff.
I hope so.
What she's simply saying is she wants, because of her name, she wants folks to think she's Irish.
I am Irish, but yeah.
So she's a Steinberg. Now, Mark, my Hebraic friend over here, that's why he was having a little problem. It's like, hey, what is it? But don't you agree that's
I'm just saying use it. What you got,
don't you
right?
think, Mark? Is that and don't agree just to agree. What?
I don't like passing. I'm sorry.
Did anyone understand what he just said? Okay.
Carrie just went, what?
This is Hollywood, though.
Carrie.
We know who's run by Hollywood. I mean, who runs Hollywood?
Oh no, Marlon Brando's here.
Steinberg.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
This is getting good.
Like,
Are you saying
because you don't fit in or you're not?
Are you saying the Jews run Hollywood? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they used to in the early '90s when I was here. I don't know about now.
I'll tell you more than anyone, man. It's the gay mafia.
Well, now it is.
I thought it was the devil.
Yeah.
Well, now it's that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, it's changed.
And by the way, Matt, this is one of the women.
Yeah.
Another thing that we talked about is it says, you know what? We are women.
Yeah.
We have vaginas. We are a woman.
Right.
Do not do this LBGT crap.
A, B, C, D, F, G. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Nobody cares what you do.
Go ahead on the
right. No one cares what your sex life.
Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to rip away females, and I wonder, where are those outspoken women's livers during all of this? You know, there was a big fight for many, many years for equal this and equal that when it came to women. And I do believe that, the great strides made. So where are those? And I'm not going to call them broads, because when I call someone a broad, that is a term of endearment. Where are these females speaking up for other females? Should you have to put up with a friggin' dangling guy in your locker room as a female? Why? How can this possibly be a gray area? That's wrong. And if my daughter were in college or in school and had to deal with this, she'd be out so quickly, and I would probably be in jail because I'd bust this guy right in the chops. But P.S., man, if I had that available to me as a kid, and I could see naked women, I would. Yes, I identify as a female. Send me in there, man. But it's a scam-a-llama ding-dong, and that's what we're dealing with now. It's not about right or wrong, and it's not about human rights.
Well, it's such a small percentage, also.
Well, we're talking about. You're talking about
why are we dealing? I mean, why?
LGBTQEIEIO. They are a tiny percentage that, for some reason, the corporations are listening to this bull crap. And the perfect example is Disney. And what are they doing? Losing their asses with their movies.
Yeah.
And you have little independent films that spent $7 or $11 million. No, it's not even that much. $7 million making little tiny movies that are outgrossing the big quote unquote blockbusters.
Do you know what else they're doing right now, Matt?
Tattoo Dave.
It just came into fruition yesterday.
Yeah, get on that mic.
Spectrum is no longer airing Channel 7 or any Disney channels because they're trying to charge them too much money to air their programs.
Oh, is that right?
So now we don't get, Channel 7, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
But they're not airing Disney channels or any Disney things.
Well, I will tell you that I don't care about local news in any way, shape, or form.
No, me either. But it's just another fight and another greed for money. Just another thing that they're doing.
Yeah, but I will Tattoo Dave. It goes back to that conversation I had with that, and I don't even know if I can call her woke there at Joe's, that great little joint. Hey, Lori, you know Joe's on State Street in Santa Barbara. It's been there forever since the 20s. Great old bar. And what do I order there? Do you remember? Does that even?
The martinis?
Always a Gibson. Mart, stop touching your mic. I take it back. You
may touch it?
You may touch.
Yeah. She gave you permission.
Whoa.
That's a nice
right?
Okay.
See, that's the key right there. You got permission.
No. But Carrie, it's the key to turning on guys. And let me tell you something. I had this conversation with my Uncle Dick's lovely spousal equivalent in Northern Nevada yesterday. I just flew in this morning. My arms? Anyone?
Yeah, they're sore.
Very, very tired. And
you laughed at that, Gary? Come on.
That was funny. I didn't heard it before.
He's got tendinitis.
And where was I? Okay. God, it's so hard to do a show sometimes.
Your arms are tired.
Your arms are tired.
So my Uncle Dick's spousal equivalent, and I forgot where that was going, but thank you. Yeah, if someone can keep me on friggin' track, man.
You're getting to
and all I'm drinking is coffee today and water. Yeah, it's been sort of a drinking last 2.5 days, and then back to Sunday. But at Joe's talking to that gal who I can't even call her woke, but so ignorant to the facts. But she's a big lefty, and she owns a joint on State Street in Santa Barbara. Which, by the way, I mentioned this earlier. They completely. When's the last time you were in Santa Barbara? With me, or have you been there with your new boyfriend? Yeah, no. Okay. No. Yes. No. All right. So here's the deal. But talking to this gal, big lefty would never even consider voting for Donald Trump, not in a million years, because this president we have is so damn good, and he's really he's cognizant. But this gal knew nothing about some beautiful, gorgeous Gaines gal who should have won the damn thing, but it's given to some guy with a penis who friggin' identifies as a female, and she didn't even know the story.
Disgusting.
This is who these people are. They either lie about it or they simply don't know because they're too stupid to check out the facts. It's really not that difficult. Now I know where I was going on this. When Carrie gave Lori permission to touch it, guys, this is what I was talking to Uncle Dick's wife about. Let me finish, please. Last night, I was talking about the fact that women rule the roost. I have always said this. They are the smart ones in any relationship. Guys are just big dummies who covet the vagina. Females do not covet the penis. I'm not saying they don't appreciate it, but not like us with our tongues hanging out. We're the big dummies. Women truly rule the world. Wars have been fought over females. I mean, men don't have that sort of power. They will never have that sort of control. So no, Mike Z, you have something to say?
No.
Well, why are you covering your mouth?
Because I don't want to say anything.
No, what? Because you disagree with me? Or?
Not at all. Keep going. Finish your train of thought.
Okay.
Well, you don't really have to give me permission. I must being it's my show and all.
I got permission to touch.
I want some permission.
I'm stuck in this room back here. I need some permission.
Okay. See. Once again, am I not proving my point about guys?
Yeah. We're all 12. We're a bunch of 10-year-old kids.
You know, because women don't act that way. You know, women they're just sort of the opposite of that. And you know, Lori is one of those females who, because I have always said, and I maintain this, that by and large, most females are probably 7 to 8 tequila shots away from a little action with another female. But Lori, but Lori is not that woman, and you know has always maintained. No, I like men. Right? Are you still maintaining that?
I love men.
Okay, I love men. But, you know, can't you love men and do a videotape for me? Okay, here's the thing. Stop it. Oh, jeez.
Carrie, of course you can.
Oh, boy.
That's why I love this
I
gal.
disagree.
So Carrie moves to Southern California. You are a beautiful Navy woman, and you did great things. How long were you in the Navy?
Well, total 9 years, 6 active.
Okay, that's heavy, man. That's a lot of years. You are that's pretty much career Navy, don't you think?
Well, I did other government after that. Yes.
So
she did work for the government.
So
yeah,
what?
I worked for government most of my career.
Okay,
now.
what? Because you're not coming out with it. I'm thinking CIA or something. Because you seem like a smart gal.
I was a coroner actually. So medical.
This is interesting. She's a coroner.
Oh yeah. D.C., Maryland, Florida.
So you
for
have
10 years. Well, actually, almost 15 years. I did death investigation.
So you have no problem being around dead bodies?
No, not at all.
Well, you'd fit right in on The View. You wouldn't be as scared of those old broads.
Oh, I am scared of those broads. No, they should be scared of me, actually.
Yeah.
And she's sitting next to your brother,
I'm a death
Marty.
investigator. I know how to, get away with stuff.
Yeah. No
right?
kidding.
Think about it. Who knows how to?
Okay, let me ask you this, Carrie. Are you a wedded woman? Have you been married? Is that a yes? So is that a tough one to answer?
It actually is.
Why?
That's a good question.
Go ahead.
Did you kill him?
Okay. Yeah. Is that what happened?
I actually have been with a female for 30 years, so I'm kind of married.
Wait. So you've been with it? So you are with a female?
Yes.
See?
Why it's so easy?
See that?
Why it's so
I know, Lori.
That's why she gave him permission.
I just said that.
And you see, and here is a lovely female with a female. Now, does anyone in this room, any of the male types, have any sort of problem with that? No. But if you were a man and
I've
you're
been
not
married to a man. No, I've never been married to a man.
No, but if you're a man and you're a homosexual, we truly 99.9% of us who love America, who are on the right and certainly not on the left, we don't care about your sexual proclivities.
Exactly.
And you don't at all. But you being conservative, you understand that about conservative.
Yes. What you do in your bedroom is your private business.
Right.
No one wants to know about it, really. Unless if they ask you, fine. But
okay, hold on. That'll be the next segment.
No, we want to know.
No, we don't want to know. No, that's no. And see, this is where guys.
We don't lie in here.
No, she doesn't lie.
This is where guys get the moniker of being creepy. You know, has a guy ever called a female creepy? No, but it's always a female who'll call him or what's the?
I know some creepy females.
Yeah, but we don't call them creepy. We don't. You know, it's sort of the same sort of thing. Any man who and I think that we can all agree that we like most of us in this bar. We love great steaks, do we not?
Yes.
We're big fans of steaks. But if a heterosexual male describes a steak or any sort of food as yummy, that's a gay guy. Period.
Mark does it all the time.
I'm giving you some tips. I'm giving you some tips here. That is it. And by the way, not that it doesn't matter. I have told my daughter for years, I would much rather you be a lesbian conservative than a heterosexual female who is a big woke lefty. And I'm telling you that from my heart because we have a lot more in common if you're not a big dumb woke person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just live and let
not a
live.
lesbian, but yes, I agree.
Have a happy day.
I'm
All right.
not a lesbian, but I agree with you. Yes.
All right, Kevin Costner's estranged wife cries during a child support hearing, and this is something that certainly touches home with me. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Bertrand and search-rated #1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right.
Yeah, it was an early morning flight from Reno, Nevada, as my Uncle Dick calls it, Reno. And I'll tell you what, he's right about Reno. I don't want to live in Reno. I love it on the other side of the hill because, what's happening to the great cities in America, such as San Francisco and now L.A., and so many others. New York, my God. I mean, one of my favorite towns of all time, and that place is becoming a mess. And there's a common theme, obviously, that runs through this. And it's really interesting that, talking to my Uncle Dick, who is an old school Democrat, but he doesn't understand that his party is no longer there because he was so browbeaten as a kid, Democrats good, Republicans bad. Well, I was never browbeaten, but I was brought up that way. And then all of a sudden, I became smart. I became truly woke in the positive sense. But it's interesting talking to Dick about this. Oh, and by the way, on the drive back from Dayton to the Reno airport this morning at 5 a.m, he has NPR on the friggin' radio the entire trip. And here I am he made me listen.
Oh, God.
And I will tell you, I haven't listened to NPR in years, and now I know exactly why. They really are dip S's, and the fact that the government funds them in any way, shape, or form is blasphemous. It is ridiculous.
I had a girlfriend a few years ago, and that's
Mike
all she
Z.
listened to all day long was NPR. So I started listening to it, and at the end of the day, I would talk to her. I say, you know what you heard there?
Yeah.
That was BS, and here's why.
Right.
What they said here, that was BS, and here's why.
Right.
And I would get her to understand.
Yeah.
But then she'd fall into it again every single day.
Because that's who they are. But dig this. This was illuminating to me. I'm talking to Uncle Dick, and this is two nights ago, and we're talking about all the crap that has gone down in San Francisco and ruining Reno, Nevada, great little town, because it's crime on the streets in little old Reno, Nevada.
Wow.
But his answer, and even Gail, his wife, who is conservative but hates Trump. Boy, I'll tell you what, that whole line about grabbing them by the you-know-what, boy, a lot of females very offended.
Which he never did.
Wait a minute, not me.
Hold on. Oh, no, I know that,
He
Carrie.
could grab me.
Yeah.
Fucking Trump could grab me.
Yeah,
right?
good.
I got it.
Okay.
I think I just fell in love with you.
You know what? Mark, would you please send the microphone over here to Lori? Lori Downey Jr.
I said the reason that they're angry is because they're upset about something from their past having nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, Lori,
Lori, you're right.
Lori,
You're right.
I had this
You're
conversation
absolutely
with Gail about how incredibly intelligent you are, and
Yes,
and
she's right.
P.S. and how much I love you. How
Yes,
about
I
that?
love you too.
100%
Are you gonna
right.
cry? You're gonna cry? I'm trying to get some emotion. It's
smart. That is
it's
so
tough to
true.
get
She's
emotion from this Long Island gal. I will tell you.
I'm
Let
all
Lori.
hard.
Long
I'm so
Island?
hard.
That Lori.
You're Long Island? That's
That Lori Downey
awesome.
Jr. But here's the part that was incredibly. It was like a magnifying glass. Even Gail, who's conservative, and her husband, I love him so much. My Uncle Dick in Northern Nevada,
He's awesome.
Who owns a ton of guns. He loves personal freedom. He likes small business, but yet he's still, it's all about Trump and hating Trump more than politics. It's just, I hate, I'd like to shoot him in the face. It's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Why? And then, but I can't ask why. It's like, and I have. Well, why? Well, big loudmouth, so man. It's like, but why? And there is no answer.
Yeah.
It's they simply and a lot of folks in various parts of the country can't stand that New York attitude. There's a lot of that too, Lori.
That's the truth.
Where they really they don't like him because he's brash and he says what's on his mind.
He's funny.
He's not the most diplomatic.
comedian.
Yes, Lori, you say that because you're an intelligent female. And
When he
Karen-
was calling him Rocket Man, that was the best.
What's the
That
best?
made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
That was the greatest.
And
Yes, absolutely.
Carrie's on the same page here.
Yes.
But both my uncle and Gail, his spousal equivalent, when I'm talking about how they took great cities, and I was being specific to San Francisco, one of the most beautiful, awesome cities.
Which is now a third world country.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fires in the
It
street.
used to be. Wait a minute. It used to be.
Are you talking
That's
San
what Matt
Francisco?
said. It
San
used to-
Francisco is no longer.
Yeah, right.
No.
Now it's a cesspool.
I want to go up there again just so I can poop on the sidewalk.
You can
Just
do
so I
that
can
here.
say I said that.
Yeah.
You can do that here.
In fact, wait, Dave, you don't have to give him permission. Go. Have you sniffed around him right now? Oh hell, no. This is a dirty 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar.
I'm not pooping here.
This is the money shot. Both of them said. Both my uncle and Gail said, when I was talking about San Francisco, this is their answer. Dig this. It's a new world.
What?
What that means is they're not blaming the a-hole lefties in charge. So what they're saying is it's simply a new world.
We have to accept this.
Yeah, correct, Mike Z. We must accept it because it's a new world. But it's the first time I really heard that from someone making excuses for debilitating some of the great towns in America. It's a new world, having nothing to, because I'm not going to get into an argument with a couple folks that I love there in Northern Nevada. I'm not going to get into this, but that just stuck with me. It's a new world, which means, as Mike Z said, well, you must accept this.
Like you have to accept the shot. You have to accept the mask.
Correct.
You have to accept absurdity.
You have to accept we are all individuals. We all think on our own. Yeah. And yet,
guess what? I don't have to accept anything.
No, Tattoo Dave, we don't.
Right.
We don't. But isn't that illuminating, Tattoo Dave? That instead of, who's, and I'm not getting into this with them, whose fault is this?
Their fault.
But no, I'm not asking you. Who's governing? Is it the right or the left? Now let's do the math.
Right.
Florida kicking some ass.
Right.
Texas kicking some ass.
Right.
All of the red states are.
South Dakota kicking ass.
Hey, I brought you something from Texas.
They're doing.
She's got a gift for you.
Well, listen, I was.
I brought you this from Texas.
Oh, thank you. Trump 2020 hat.
This is like,
wow.
Yeah,
I got that.
I will tell you, in Gardnerville, Nevada, last night. I wish I had that because I would have worn that into
Matt,
the
show
bar.
that to the camera. This is a cool hat.
leather, isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Oh, that's leather. Hey, Carrie, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is beautiful. That is gorgeous.
Dallas, Texas.
If you're watching us on YouTube or
cool.
Rumble.com,
cool.
Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, punch that in. By the way, subscribe. What are you doing? Don't be a slut. Don't be lazy. Subscribe. But this hat, that's gorgeous. Now, here's the thing, Carrie. Where in the hell am I going to wear it around these parts in Southern California?
You know Larry David, right? Have you watched the Larry David shows?
By the way, yeah, I know that
one I love.
No, I know the bit, and you know he is as left as a person.
Oh, I know,
can be.
but he's got some funny shit with the Trump hat. Though.
Hey, we got to watch our.
He's brilliantly funny.
Yes,
he's brilliantly
absolutely.
funny.
He has the best one about the Trump hat.
But see, Carrie, that's where you and I would say all of us in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, who happen to be on the right side of the aisle, we have no problem with talent and can acknowledge it, and we don't hate someone simply because they're a big dumb lefty.
Yes, that's right. I love his stuff.
But me too.
Yes.
Larry David is brilliant.
Yes, he is.
Is funny. I wouldn't say amazing. I reserve amazing for childbirth.
Good point.
To me, that's amazing. That and a 747 up in the air. That sort of blows my mind. So in the Navy, did you for 9 years, did you see anything gruesome or nasty or something that really honked you off?
Well, I was a trauma nurse. I actually trained corpsmen to go out into the field. I trained with Camp Lejeune, the Marines Field Hospital. So I was like ready to go. And
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I saw my people coming back, tour after tour. It was very traumatic.
Wow.
I took care of, injured soldiers at the President's Hospital during
God bless you.
During 9/11. I was there.
Yeah.
It all happened.
And you being a Navy gal and served our country, what went on during this current, and I'm not saying the word because I don't want to YouTube to ban us, but our current president, what went down there, leaving all of that equipment behind, and because of what went down, we lost the lives of even one life is too many. because it didn't have to happen. Did that fry your ass, Carrie? Being in the military yourself?
You know what? It did. I mean, I look back when Clinton was in office, though. I mean, and I kept seeing my corpsmen do tour after tour after tour, and they were exhausted. They didn't have the proper equipment. They didn't care. He didn't care.
By the way, I have been, and it's unfortunate, but I have been ascribed to not having the proper equipment many times in my life. Yeah, and it's not. I'm not being boastful, obviously, because to this day, and I might be wrong, but I do take that as a put down. So, but
and I'll be honest, I don't really follow the news at this point.
Yeah.
I work all the time, so. I mean, what
do you do now,
Carrie? What do you do, Carrie?
What do you do?
I'm a nurse case manager, so I do LA County and also some federal stuff. So I just work all the time. I don't watch the news that much. I try to keep up a little bit.
Yeah.
Things are so messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just so far gone, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, we got.
But you do see
look
little.
at our president. He's just a puppet.
But you do see little smidgens of hope.
That
right?
was a compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kevin Costner's estranged wife cries during a child support hearing, describes how couple would ship in 40 tons of snow for Christmas. Hollywood star Kevin Costner. Hey, Lori, is he really good looking? Is Kevin Costner good looking?
Carrie said no.
I don't think so.
He's not bad.
No, I don't like
Not
him.
bad? Okay.
I mean, he's fair. I wouldn't
okay.
date him,
He's
but
okay. No, me
I mean,
neither.
he's fair.
Okay, hold on a second. Who is the movie star that Lori thinks is not good looking, and Carrie find him good looking?
Yeah.
Who is that? Who am I
Clooney.
thinking?
Clooney.
George Clooney.
Oh, but he's such a pig.
He's such a pig.
He
Is that
is
what
a
you said?
pig.
Oh.
No, he is good looking,
Oh.
but he's like such a.
See, Lori,
I don't
see
know.
that
I don't
funny?
like
I don't
whorish
get it.
guys, though.
So,
You know, like what kind of
Like
guys?
whorish guys. I mean,
Whorish.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's very good looking, yes,
Oh.
but he's like been around Hollywood forever.
It's kind of like a cheap date, right?
I think so. I mean, maybe he's settled down now. I don't
See,
know.
this
He's
is.
got a
Glad
wife.
you don't know me that
Yeah,
well.
he's married now, but he's still a POS.
See, but this
And
is.
he's a liberal too, so who cares?
Oh, no,
I
big-
don't even
big time.
consider liberals.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care how good looking they are.
Yeah.
I have no interest. So.
Well, okay.
I love her.
This is. All right.
the good looking guys I like are like old school,
Yeah.
like Republicans in Hollywood.
Like who?
Guilty.
Like in their 70s.
Guilty.
Like who?
Oh, I'm not in my
I'm
70s.
73.
Like, who is a good-looking
like-
guy to you?
Rick Springfield.
Who? Rick Springfield? Oh, he's not a conservative.
Yes, he is.
Lori?
Yes, he is.
Lori, is he?
Yes, he is.
Did you,
He's-
Lori?
He just doesn't really talk. Yes, he is.
He was one of my clients at one point.
I do like Rick Springfield.
Oh, so you know what? Boy, that does my heart good because I've always loved Rick.
Get
so,
him on the show.
Do you know
Kid
that?
Rock. I
do you-
love Kid
oh,
Rock.
yeah, we're getting Kid over here.
I
Yeah.
love Kid Rock.
Adam Sandler.
See, I find Willie Nelson very sexy.
Isn't that-
I
He's
really
cool.
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've met him
Isn't
a
that
few times,
funky?
actually.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just
Lori-
always high, though. I don't know if he has much going on.
Lori, you're talking about
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, but you got to be able to think. You got to be able to function.
I think
right?
old Willie is 89 years old now. He's up there. He is. I mean, but God bless him.
Yeah, he's gonna live forever.
Kevin
Him and
Costner
Snoop Dogg.
appeared in a Santa Barbara court a couple days ago as part of a bitter child support battle with his estranged wife over their 3 children. During the hearing, Christine Baumgartner broke down in tears after she detailed her lavish lifestyle. According to multiple reports, among the perks of being Mrs. Kevin Costner included the ability to ship 40 tons of snow to their California property to celebrate Christmas. Now, when I first read that headline, I thought, well, what's the negative here? Why does he deserve to pay you a bunch? He's in the midst of this ugly divorce. I don't know many beautiful divorces, but from Baumgartner, 18 years of marriage. The couple have 3 children together, a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 13-year-old. And the reason for Thursday's court appearance, Baumgartner's request for, wait for it, $175,000 a month in child support.
Oh my goodness!
Which represents a more than $46,000 increase from the $129,000. So she's already making $129,000 a month. She's currently receiving from Costner, who is fighting the request because that's what you do. And the problem here is he's going to end up paying more to the attorneys than it just would have. Just take the money, get out of my life. But see, therein lies the difference as well. And this is why we're not the female hating club here at all. We love women. We put
quite
them up.
the opposite.
We put them on a pedestal. I'm not going to tell you why.
You said $175,000
$1,000 a month, and then hey, Lori Downey Jr. And that's not enough. That's not enough for the former wife of Kevin Costner. Hey, Lori, do you think you could do okay with that?
I wouldn't need that.
No, of course not. And Lori wouldn't be fighting for it either.
No, I would just say I wish you well.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want anything.
And I will tell you that about Lori. And this is why I've loved Lori for so many years, is because she is not that broad.
No, I'm not that broad.
But at first blush,
I don't care.
when you look at this former Broadway dancer who Morton Downey Jr. was smitten with, and they wed, and she is 32, 33 years his
31.
junior,
Wow.
you would at first blush think, well, Lori she's got to be a gold digger, and she's not. You can't judge a book by the cover unless they're a big lefty, and
You can.
because I can tell, Carrie, I can smell it a mile away.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, you too?
Believe me. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I can't say that right.
Yeah, well, that was the second bleep in the last 2 minutes.
That's the fourth.
No, in the last 2
I like to
minutes.
use that
I'm
word,
telling
sorry.
Dave that.
I got it.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, Carrie, no apology zone.
I use that a lot.
I love your vim and your vigor. All right. And I'm not certain which one of those I like most. But
You know which celebrity gets it, though?
Oh.
Steve Perry. He gets it.
Steve
He's
Perry?
never married.
You mean from Journey?
Yes. He's never married.
Not really a celebrity anymore.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be this after back on Magic Man's Outlaw Radio.
Oh, God, are you kidding me?
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
All right, only have a couple minutes here, so let me find what is the most important part. I wanted to get into this Trace, or is it Trace Cyrus, the brother of pop star Miley, but I don't have time, so maybe we'll touch on that next week. Here, The View. Anything to do with The View, I like to touch on. Has anyone heard? Is Whoopi still a part of The View or not a part of The View?
I heard she was not.
Yeah, I know.
I heard they canceled her contract.
Talk about a fake Jewish name.
Yeah,
Oh my God, you're right.
Because I keep
She's
hearing
not
this.
Jewish?
Well,
No.
The View co-host Anna Navarro says she had a country problem. That's her quote. After losing weight overseas, of course, the lovely co-host, one of the myriad of real smart gals sitting there on The View. Anna Navarro experienced a weight loss while vacationing in Turkey and Greece over the summer, saying she quit processed foods in favor of a Mediterranean diet. So even though
Taper
Navarro,
'em.
even though that's funny, God, maybe, even though Navarro says she drank and ate like if the world was coming to an end, she credits her diet and its departure from processed sugar and preservatives, which she characterized, here we go, as an American problem. You see, first of all, she's a victim because she's an American, and she does. She's not really.
She can't help herself.
Yeah.
She can't help herself, right? All that fast food.
Of course, no, right.
God, you can't control yourself.
No, can't control herself in America, but
Right.
in the Mediterranean, in Turkey and Greece, no, for some reason she can control herself.
Right.
But here in America, we're so bad that we made her fat. We made her a big fatty.
Is she suing
She
us?
says, yes, I swam. Yes, I swam, walked like a camel, hiked like a goat, danced. But also there's something to be said for the Mediterranean diet of fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grilled meats. Oh, you can't do that here in America, right? No.
Move there, please.
Yeah, Navarro wrote this on Instagram. I haven't seen a pancake in a month. The diet there was much less processed sugar and preservatives. I'm a convert. She said she didn't have a weight problem. Okay, but rather a country problem due to the amounts of heavy processed foods in the United States. Who is making her eat this?
But she's basically saying she had no other choice.
Of course
That's
she
the
is.
reason she's forced to eat the good stuff,
Right,
and
but
now she's doing better.
but then
when
she-
she comes back, she'll be back on pancakes.
She is back. She says, but I'm so happy to be home.
It's okay.
As noted by Page 6, both Lori Downey Jr. and I have been in Page 6. They're in New York. Navarro has been losing weight over the past year, having showed off her incredible results in May when she put her figure in a little black dress. However, social media trolls quickly accused her of using the celebrity-beloved type 2 diabetes drug. Is it Ozempic? Something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
to lose weight. And it's just it ain't working, Lori. You're right. It ain't working. But it's just another reason to hate America. And this is why I dislike these people. I happen to love America, not because it's simply America, but why does everyone from third world and second world countries, they will put their lives on the line to get their ass over here? It's so simple. It's so easy. How anyone could possibly vote Democrat ever again, it blows my mind. How we're that divided. It's only idiot sticks who listen to BS propaganda, and the problem is,
and believe it,
it's almost half of the people in America. They're a disgrace. Tattoo Dave, I love you, bud. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Lori Downey Jr., I love it when you show up, especially when you're all spruced up. My brother Mark T. Carrie, you're nothing but a slice of heaven having you here.
Thank you so much.
Mike Z, the Astro Van Man, love you being around. Mark C.G. Boyer, T. My buddy, hoorah, our Marine outside there, Billy Dilly. Yeah, hoorah! Love you, Dilly. I will continue to be Magic Matt on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And please, whatever you do during the week or the rest of the day, don't forget, my friends, bumblebees can't fly.
Bump City, sitting by the dance floor, checking it out. Watching the man with the fast feet. Got the hippest legs and the bad boogaloo. The big old bag of tricks. Down to the nightclub. You can get what you want if you know how to ride to the nightclub. Ooh, we be slick, slick, slick. And ooh, the people be bumping at Bump City. The joint be jumping at Bump City. The mama be humping at Bump City. Hey, while the band be pumping, shut the band be pumping. The beat be something. Wow, what time, y'all? The night's almost gone and we're still going strong. The party's been so hearty. I hope it doesn't show while I'm driving down the road that I had too much to drink. Down to the nightclub. Well, if you got the dough, the liquor will flow to the nightclub. Try on a drunk. Down to the nightclub. We go bump. Down to the nightclub. We slick. Down to the nightclub. We go bump. Down to the nightclub. down to the nightclub. Bump to bump to bump. It's Saturday night and I'm just hanging out, looking for a place to party. I jumped into my ride and I hit the road, 'cause there's only one place to go, down to the nightclub. Sitting by the dance floor, checking it out, watching the man with the fast feet. Got the hippest threads and the bad boogaloo, the big old bag of tricks, down to the nightclub. You can get what you want if you know how to slide to the nightclub. Ooh, we be slick, 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 and ooh, the people be bumping at Bob City. The joint be jumping at Bob City. To the night.